Yo, Prince one of them ones, I'm in the mix. Talking hoops, dropping gems, let's fix. Women's ball, we elevate, bring it to the mainstream. Key coming with facts, we a dream team. Break down plays, ain't no cliches. From the court to the screen, every detail displayed. Got the WNBA shining bright. Click the like button if you feeling it right. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. From sky hooks to switches, we capture the wishes of ballers making waves in the biggest of dishes. Prince one and Key got the knowledge artillery, dropping truth bombs effectively, brilliantly. Excuse the takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide. Analyzing chat, every stat interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. What's poppin'? Welcome back to Excuse the Takeover, where we give weekly latest takes on women's basketball and what's going on. We have an exciting episode today. I'm actually very excited about this episode. This is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while, where we're doing a WNBA mid-season roundtable talk. We're going to talk about all the WNBA teams and kind of, go back and forth and just say, what we're seeing, what they can do better, etc. You guys will see. You'll enjoy it for yourselves. But before anything else, you got to head over to Excuse the Takeover YouTube and subscribe, y'all. Subscribe so you never miss a live. Hit the all notification button. But hit up all three pages. iamzomedia, Excuse the Takeover, and WBB Universe. And just hit the like button. It's free. Hit the like button and subscribe to all channels. Before we get into the topics, how you feeling, Prince?
I'm good, man. Excuse the takeover back in action. I know y'all miss us. Best in the business, man. Let's get this popping, man. Let's get this popping. I'm excited. We get to discuss all the teams, around the league. So I'm excited, man.
For sure. Episode 18. It feels like we on an episode 180. Seriously, at this point. Been putting in the work, man, and you can definitely see it. So without further ado, we're gonna start at the top of the food chain. We're gonna start with the Liberty. No, my bad, y'all. Minnesota. We're starting with Minnesota. The first seed, Minnesota Lynx, are 22-5. As you know, Napheesa is their franchise player, star player, and Napheesa at this point is in first place. Not for me, but for first place at the moment for MVP talk. You know what I'm saying? And so we got to talk about what the Minnesota Lynx are looking like, and just what's to come of their season, this mid-season. Did we expect them to be here, etc. So I'm gonna start it off. Make sure y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. I see the number growing. For me, my expectation was for the Minnesota Lynx to be top 3. For me, my expectation was for Napheesa Collier to make a push at MVP and for that team to be solid. I mean, they've been together a few years. Cheryl didn't make too many roster changes. And so I expected them to be top 3. Did I expect them to be the number 1 seed? I can't say that. But I did expect them to stay in the top 3. I think they play very sound basketball, very smart basketball. And Cheryl Reeves is going, down in history at some point when she retires for a reason. So that was my expectation. Now, reality is that they are a first seed. Okay, not too crazy from the top 3. Napheesa is making that push for MVP and making an argument for herself. As well, and the Minnesota Lynx are as solid as ever, at the moment. And so, when it comes to the Minnesota Lynx, as much as Napheesa is making this push to be MVP, etc., and they do play some of the best basketball I've ever seen, I still think that Cheryl should have made a couple different off-season moves, and really it's for the paint. Now Jessica Shepard, and then they have another big that they picked up as well. Like they're good too. But I don't know when it comes to banging in the paint. Like that's just my only. I think the Minnesota Lynx is damn near, I don't want to say a perfect team, but damn near. But they just don't have the bigs to bang in the paint at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I, my expectation versus reality is kind of is pretty similar in my opinion. So that's where I'm at with expectation versus reality. I want you to go with your expectation versus reality, and then we'll go to the next bullet. Hold on, you muted.
Minnesota is kind of where I thought they would be. I always had them as like a top 3 seed. I mean, they've impressed me with their consistency. I didn't really know what their bench would look like because again they lost Hines Allen, ZZ, been missing in action. I mean, I know they have Shepard coming off the bench. She was pretty much injured last year, so they couldn't use her. So I didn't really know how they would use her. Then they still had Pilly, who they eventually ended up cutting.
Yeah.
I actually thought Pilly would actually help them this year, being kind of like a stretch 4 kind of position, because she can shoot, and she did look kind of okay in the preseason because they played Chicago twice, so I watched both of the preseason games, and she did have a good preseason, but apparently at the end of the day, Cheryl Reeves felt like she wasn't giving them enough production off the bench, and I love what Cheryl Reeves has done. She's kept them grounded. Minnesota don't look like they get too high or get too low. So that's a good sign for them. I mean, Fee is their rock. Fee is the person that gets them going. So I mean, Courtney Williams is kind of like their spark plug. Heidemann helps change the pace. I'm actually like, I feel good about what Minnesota is right now. Again, they got games to play with. Looking at first to second seed, they got games to kind of play with. I'm interested to see when they start resting players. Going at like mid-August, do they find like, do they got a Connecticut and Dallas back to back where they can probably rest a player here or there? I know Kayla McBride probably, because I thought she was going to get a rest during the All-Star break, but she didn't because she played an All-Star game. So I think Kayla McBride and Fee are probably going to be the first two to get a rest somewhere down the line. So we'll see, but Minnesota is where I expected them to be to start the season. They've been the most consistent team offensively and defensively. They have the most consistent coaching, and they have the most consistent play style that I've seen so far. So
Okay. It's 76 of y'all in here. Make sure you hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. All right. I think we pretty much on the same page as far as expectation versus reality. How do you feel about Fee's in like, you feel, did you expect that? Is that something you expected this season? Did you expect her to continue to solidify it by now? Do you expect her to taper off? You know what I mean? What you think about that?
With Fee, I expected the Fee that I'm getting because she did have a okay Unrivaled. Again, she won MVP, even though I'm pretty sure she wish she would have finished with that championship. Shout out to the Rose. But I think her Unrivaled helped her like kind of balance out what her year was gonna look like. She hasn't tapered off from last year because she went straight from the playoffs to Unrivaled. So I'm good with what I see from Fee. She hasn't surprised me. I mean, this is Fee we're talking about here. One of the top 5 players in the league the last 2-3 years, maybe.
Yeah,
So I mean, what she's doing isn't surprising me. Fee, she like I watch her, like she doesn't get better. She's just consistent, if that makes sense.
correct.
Like
No,
like
yeah,
she hasn't added anything to her game. She's just consistent.
correct. Yeah, and and you know what? With the consistency, she's strong at the consistency. It's not something new. You're not like, oh, Winfrey, you know what I mean? But it's like, oh, she got even more precise at that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's nothing too crazy with her game. She gonna hit you with the fadeaway. She's a finesse player, and that's to me, that's enough, really. I think her only weakness is like you're played at the 4, you know what I'm saying, but you don't actually have the height or the body for it. As far as in this league, and sometimes the matchup is hard for her. I think that's her only, downfall, I guess you could say, for lack of better words. But I mean, she's making that case, man. Leading scorer, other stats, helping her with that case. So we'll see how the season ends off. Next with this team, we're going to talk about. I mean, I don't know if it really makes sense, but I guess it does, because my it's going to bring up my criticism again, where any adjustments to turn this season around. They're the number one team. So somebody would say, Key, they're the number one team. What adjustments do they need to make? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't really make sense. But to me, the adjustment is somebody who could bang in the paint. Or
Yeah.
you got to figure that out. Like, figure out how to dominate that matchup. If it's not banging, then how else can she dominate it? Because I think, they figured out, let's keep her out the paint. But how far can I keep Fee out of the paint? Because she can't get in it if her body is going to stop her. If I'm AT and I keep her out, she can't get past me. If I'm Angel Reese, she can't get past me. That's something I've figured out. I've seen Cheryl Reeves pull Fee because she can't get back into the paint. You know what I mean? So, are you gonna, I don't know. Are you gonna try to, okay, if they keep her out of the paint, I'm gonna have Fee shooting threes. I don't know. What is the game plan for let's say they make it to the not even just the playoffs, but the championship game and or the playoffs, or in the playoffs. Any team you're going up against, worth their salt, is gonna be teams with bigs she struggles against. You get what I'm saying? Prince, any team that they're matching up against in the finals, right? If they had a final tomorrow, it's Stewie and JJ.
Yeah.
That was a struggle for them last year. It's AT, Satu, and Natasha Mack, or Kalani Brown, if they sub her in. I mean, so that's an issue for them. For me, that would be my adjustment, is y'all should have got somebody who could go in there and get dirty, who could bang. That's what I'll say. Shout out to Atlanta Smith, but both of them still in the paint. Atlanta Smith be down for the count, okay? So that
She's
would be
not
my
tough enough, and her motor isn't like. Cheryl Reeves does a great job. Like I'm gonna be honest. I do think Elena Smith is a great defensive player, like a good, not a great. But I think Cheryl, the way she uses, the way her defense aligns, makes Elena Smith look a little better than she actually is at defense. Because and I'm saying that because she made the all defensive team last year.
Yeah.
I think sometimes your coach can put you in position to be a little better than you actually are.
Yeah, I mean, Cheryl runs a system that makes everybody look great, in my opinion, and not to say that they're not actually great, but it works together for the greater good.
Yeah.
And, when the finals came around, it was like, oh, there's a glaring issue here. You know what I mean? Like, there's a huge issue here, with them being able to deal with what's going on in the paint. So, JJ was, and albeit, like, we could get into dirty, this, that, and the third, yeah, whatever, but you need somebody else who's gonna be like, all right, what you about, if you about to get dirty, I'm gonna get dirtier. You know what I'm saying? You got to get somebody who's willing to play those games and mind games as well when it comes to a championship game. Okay. regular season, maybe something else. Like I remember when, you know, Angel played them and she made JJ damn near foul out the game because she's like, this is fun for me. Like, I want to bang with y'all. Like, what's up? I'm about to test y'all. You know what I'm saying? So Atlanta Smith is not that, unfortunately. You know what I mean? She's gonna, you know, I'm not trying to call her soft or nothing like that. It's just Cheryl should have went and got one, at least one or two who could, okay, if I'm gonna pull Fee out, if I'm gonna pull Atlanta out, this person's gonna go in there. You know, it's like Maisha Hines Allen, but taller. You know what I mean? It has an offensive game that could give you maybe 8 to 10 points. That would have been perfect. But Maisha was good last year, but she was a liability. You know, she doesn't have the offensive game to me enough to fill that out. Maisha's great, you know, defensively, even at her height, and is willing to go toe to toe, you know, but she wasn't tall enough and didn't have an offensive bag. I think she should have went after something like that. So that's where I'm at with that, with adjustments that they can do to turn quote unquote their season around. But what about you, Zo?
They don't. There's nothing they really missing outside of what you said as far as like interior presence. I mean, Fee struggles with that because again, she plays the 4, but a lot of people forget Fee's only 6'1".
Right,
But
right.
Fee plays so finesse that you don't really notice how
That she's
short she
6'1".
actually is.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Like, me and Fee are literally the same height, literally.
right.
You know? And I'm a point guard, so we're literally the same height. So she's, I mean, in normal terms, she's not short, but in basketball terms, in the front court, she's short for her height.
Right.
Can Minnesota see? This is going to be the thing with Minnesota in the playoffs, though. Key, I get what you're saying, but this is going to be the thing with them in the playoffs. Can Minnesota dictate what the other coach does versus the other coach dictating what Minnesota does? What I mean by that is, can Minnesota play enough stretch ball to make a Liberty sit Jaquel down? Make a Aces sit Nalissa down versus, you know.
So for you, does it make sense kind of what I said? Like when I said, okay, if it's not, you know, if Napheesa's going, you know, and Atlanta's going to bang in the paint, but then is it I'm going to have Fee shooting threes? Does that make sense or what you think? Like,
she don't really need to shoot threes. So
but just hit that
I know the
fatal,
NBA
that
gets
mid
people caught
range.
up in they go small because of threes. Sometimes it's like matchups themselves. Like Fee don't need to shoot threes. Fee just need to play a great perimeter game. If Fee can consistently make her shots, if Elena Smith can hit 1 to 2 threes a game and kind of play in that 10-foot area, it'll make the other coach say we might have to go small ball because Elena Smith keeps getting 10-foot jump shots wide open. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, so they gonna have to figure out Minnesota gonna have to be consistent at making shots. If they can't make shots, like you said, that bully ball that beat you down low, that's gonna go against them. But if they can make their shots, they can force a coach to go small ball. Where Stewie
it's gonna
becomes
come
your
down to
5,
coaching.
you know?
It's gonna come down to coaching then.
It really won't. It's gonna come down to can Minnesota make shots or not. Like because the coaching is gonna come off of if Minnesota can make shots.
I got
Because
you.
that's Minnesota's starting 5. So it ain't like Cheryl Reese is making an adjustment. That's their actual start. Elena starts at the 5. Fee starts at the 4.
Right.
It's gonna come down to can Elena and Fee make enough mid-range shots and can both of them hit 1, 2, 2 threes in the first half of a playoff game to make that coach adjust. You know, at halftime of, you know what? I know you are big. I know you are our starting 5, but we gonna move Asia to the 5, and we gonna bring and we gonna bring KB in at the 4. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, if the Aces bring KB in, you already know what that means. Now Fee get to go to even more work. You know what I'm saying? Because now
Right.
she got KB Gardner. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's going to come down to, can Minnesota hit shots in the playoffs?
I got you. It's gonna be interesting for sure. And then I definitely see this team as a playoff contender. Where will they finish? I'm still keeping it in the top 3. I mean, at this point, it might even be top 2. They're the number 1 seed now. Like you said, there's gonna be some games that they're gonna have to rest towards the end of the season, I would think. And then actually I want to comment to what you just said. I mean, I think if that's the case, what you're saying, then Atlanta needs to start working on her mid-range game now. And Fee's gonna have to work on her mid-range game, in my opinion, now too. Cause you know what I noticed with Fee is she wants to hit that fadeaway on you, but she wants to drive in the paint and then hit the fadeaway instead of pull up and just hit that in somebody's face. Because I noticed AT will get her a little bit past the foul line and she passes the ball because she's like, I can't get inside. I'm gonna pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, all right, challenge her and try to hit a midi in her face. She just kind of gives up if she can't drive in and hit the fadeaway. So they, based off of what you're saying, they need to start working on that mid-range game now. I can count on I don't never see Atlanta. Atlanta's either shooting threes or, you know, down under that basket. I never seen Atlanta shoot a mid-range shot unless I'm just losing my mind.
Yeah, I mean, Fee, that's one thing about Fee game. Like, again, like, this ain't no hating on Fee, but Fee got spots on the court, and if she can't get to those spots, she's not going to be aggressive. Like, I watch her play all the time. Like, I watched her play against the Aces the other day. Like, if she can't, Fee likes to, let me tell you what Fee likes to operate. She likes to operate at the top of the key. If she going to shoot a 3, it's going to probably be at the top of the key or on the left wing. If she won't get to the mid-range, it's going to be at the left elbow or it's going to be on the left base short corner. Like, it's going to be right inside the 3-point line. She likes to catch it right there. She'll act like she about to back you down, and then she'll turn around and face up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she got spots on the court. So, I think for her, she needs to, as she continues to get further in her career, playing against quicker guards, because they got a lot of quick 4s that are coming into the league versus the old ones she used to playing against, right? That are your traditional 4s. Like, a lot of the 4s that are coming are really kind of like 3s, but they're just not quick enough to play the 3, or probably not. So she's going up against a lot of players coming up. That's why she struggles against like stronger players, because she can't get to that spot. And she doesn't like to be touched. When she's touched, she gets out of rhythm because she's a rhythm player. So that's one negative about Fee. Outside of her, she has an amazing game, but she literally just goes
it's predictable.
to the same
I hate
spot.
to say it. It's predictable.
Yeah, it's like, and we're gonna get to her later, the Indiana point guard. We gonna that's, I think Fee is next, Key. I really think, you know how teams adjusted to her. I think Fee is next. I really think Fee is next. I really think so.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
she's
I
next.
mean, I agree. I think that I'm not sitting here saying that Angel is the reason why, but I think that was the first, you know, matchup that clearly I felt like, and I watched them play in the playoffs against Connecticut Sun. So, and AT
Yeah.
was on that team, and I don't think AT played her the way she's playing her this year. And when I saw her
I
struggle
like you
against,
called that out, Key. I like you call Alyssa Thomas is playing her a totally different way this year than she played her on Connecticut, because she got
okay,
tape. I'm telling you, I think Angel Reese gave everybody tape on Fee.
that's what I was gonna say. That's what I was gonna say. I ain't want to say that specifically because people be mad anytime I bring up AR. But I felt like Angel showed like, oh, you body that girl up outside the paint, it's over for her. She's gonna pass the ball. She can't do it. That is her weakness. And like you said, if she can't get to her spots, it's an issue. Instead of, girl, you can make a, like, Fee is such a good shooter, her mechanics, everything. Start practicing just straight on mid range, pull up mid range shot. She has to start. Like, that's crazy that you only want to hit a mid range off of like a fadeaway. That's crazy. So I mean, I do see them as playoff contenders. I see them possibly being in the championship game. To be completely honest with y'all, I think they could definitely be in the championship game. But I definitely have more to say about that as we get to other teams, because I think it's going to depend on certain other teams, man. So with that being said, let's get to the next team. We got the second seed, the New York Liberty. So Minnesota Lynx was 22-5. New York Liberty is 17-8. Okay. By the way, hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. It's 124 of y'all in here. Go over to Takeover and subscribe as well. And then, you know, I can't read what y'all are saying, but definitely leave in the chat like what y'all, you know, what y'all think as well. You know, I love when y'all are active in the chat, so leave it in the chat as well. So with the New York Liberty, expectations versus reality, yeah, I mean, this is the same thing. They were a top 3 team for me. Them being second seed and has to do it, you know, injuries. It's not an excuse, but I did have them top 3 and more so number 1. You know, I will say that, but I think, you know, JJ being out, and now we're about to have Breanna Stewart down for a little bit, and you can say what you want about Breanna Stewart, but her defensively, if you really pay attention to her, is a problem, especially with JJ behind her. Their defense, the both of them, is really good. So I feel like, you know, a couple played into that, but second seed isn't crazy to me. I had them around there, like I said, top 3. With Natasha Cloud coming in, them losing Betnijah and Kayla Thornton, unfortunately, I did see them, you know, somewhat tapering off a little bit, but nothing too crazy. I do think that they're important pieces for sure. Can't take away from Betnijah last year, pulling them through in final games, etc., in her defense. But I don't think they tapered off too far. I see that they've brought a couple players along. Now, I don't know if they're like, you know, Kennedy Burke is like playoff, you know, but I do see her being more highlighted this year than last year, meaning, you know, Sandy has been sitting there trying to groom her and train her, you know, to come along. So, I mean, the expectation versus reality with the New York Liberty is pretty much the same. They kind of where I would expect, considering losing a couple players, and just having the type of team that they have. Emma Mieseman has now been signed, and will be playing for them. It's funny. Cheryl said that she made the wrong choice. I can't wait for them to play each other again. But I think that New York is to me, New York is one of the smartest teams, if not the smartest team in the league. No matter what happens this year, even if they don't win a championship, I think New York is really good at what they do. I think other teams just haven't caught up with New York just yet, where they're not playing fair, in my opinion. Like, New York is figuring out how to bolster their roster and have those weapons. Now, it's only one ball. And so we'll see how it plays out. I think Natasha Cloud was a great addition. Even with her kind of tapering off, I still think she's a great addition. And I think we'll see that going forward. So the expectation versus reality is pretty similar for me. What you got on New York?
I mean, New York. See, with me, Key, New York, when they came into the season, again, kind of like Minnesota, I had them top 3 team. Jaquel really messed up their plans because Jaquel gives New York something. Like, Jaquel impact for New York is unmatched. Like, what she does for New York. I know Stewie comes with the accolades and the championships from Seattle, but what Jaquel gives New York, nobody else in the league can give their team, because their team is already so good. You get what I'm saying? Like, their team is already accomplished championship team, but Jaquel gives them something that other teams don't get from a player like that. We're not talking about like all the teams. I'm talking about like the contending teams.
Right.
Like the contending teams, they can still make the playoffs without their arguably first or second best player, but she gives them something that is unmatched because of her position and skill set. It's really the position and the skill set. She's a 5, but she can give them small forward production, if that makes sense.
Man.
Like it's the position, because it's not like she's a 2 guard or a shooting guard. I mean, a point guard. Like she gives them a small forward production at the 5. Like she really allows them to play free.
Yep.
Because she can rebound, she can defend, she can facilitate, she can make the right play, she can hit threes, she can score down low at a high clip. Like she's their piece that keeps them in the conversation.
Yeah.
Like Stewie and Sabrina and Natasha and all of them, and the great bench that they have. I mean, they're dealing with injuries with Benaje, but like, and Phoebich in and out. I know she was hurt for a little bit. She just came back, but like, they're always going to be in the mix because of their coach. One, so that's why you can't bet against their coach. Even when she was with Phoenix, I mean, she won a championship with Phoenix. I mean, she's proven, right? So I mean, Liberty is a tough one because it's like I said, it's twofold, right? It's like we know what they are, yet we expected more. And I don't know if it's the injuries with like the Jaquels and the Benajes, or is it them saying, you know what? We just gonna cruise through the season.
Okay, let's talk about it.
Like it's hard. It's really hard to know, because
that's what I think it
is. At one point,
though.
it's like because I asked this on Star Hoop Central: is the game getting too fast for Stewie, or is Stewie coasting?
I think that's a great question. I think that's what it. In my opinion, JJ could have came back earlier, and I think they're just. And people going, because it's gonna make it sound like I'm trying to take away from Minnesota, and that's not the case. I believe they not showing their hand. I believe the Liberty are like, baby, we gonna, like you said, people gotta rest right before the playoff. They like rest right now. You know what? Just rest right now. You know, you might as well. I think Stewie gonna end up being a menace when she come back. They did an X-ray on Stewie. It's nothing serious. Stewie absolutely could be playing right now. And they said, nope, we don't want to rush her back. We want to give her rest. Like, okay, say less. That's what I think. And then they went and got Emma Mieseman. Again, the league needs to catch up to, in my opinion, the league needs to catch up to the New York Liberty in a way where they're just not playing fair, in my opinion. Like, you know, and there's no such thing as not fair, but y'all get what I'm saying by the phrase. Like, I think they just bolstering their roster. They letting their key players like a JJ, a Breanna Stewart get rest, and they gonna go crazy come playoffs. You know, postseason is gonna be crazy. So I love that you said that, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Is that they was kind of like, we gonna chill.
Cause remember, Key, Liberty was never, see, this is what I've been going back and forth with people all season, and even this season, even on Star Hoop Central, with like the Liberty Lynx series. The Lynx were never a thought to the Liberty. That's why I don't really think it is what it is. I know they went 7 games, but let's be, I mean, I know they went the distance, but let's be honest, that last game shouldn't have happened. And people always be like, the refs cheated Lynx in that last final game, right? But if you actually really put all the cards on the table, it shouldn't have got to the final game. And remember, the Liberty built their team to beat the Aces, not the Lynx.
Correct. They're Super Bowl. Trust me. Yeah. I mean, yes. Mm-hmm. Their Super Bowl was when they won that series, they won the championship. I
Yeah.
said that when I was watching that shit though. I'm like, bro, like, and my bad for cursing, but it just had me so tight when I was watching it last year. I'm like, this was their Super Bowl. They beat the Aces. They happy as hell, man. That's what it is for them. I'll say this: the Minnesota Lynx deserve to go as far as they did, in my opinion. However, it is clear as day that the Liberty is a better team, especially last year. That first game showed you the Liberty was a better team. Now they could not sustain, unfortunately, throughout the games. It was the weirdest thing, and it could have been because the Aces was their Super Bowl. The Liberty would come out and punch. I got to give a credit to the Minnesota Lynx. Like, they just will fight. They will fight back. But I personally felt like it was clear that the New York Liberty was a better team, at that point. And I think we might see something similar this year because Cheryl didn't sure up, the bigs. But I definitely hear what you're saying for sure.
Yeah.
I hear what you're saying for sure. As far as adjustments, I can't say because they went and got Emma Misa. Like, seriously, I honestly can't say what adjustments. I think Sandy is a smart coach. I'm with you on that. I think she realized, okay, we can't depend just on Sabrina and Stewie. So she's already told Leonie Febich, you're gonna have to step up and assert yourself. Sabrina has already told Leonie that. And then they went and got Emma Mieseman. And so I think they're planning for the playoffs. That's what I think the Liberty are doing. The regular season, cool. They probably will stay at 2 or 3. And they're preparing for the playoffs, in my opinion. They're about to two-peat. And that's kind of what I see from them. Do you think that they need to make any adjustments or anything? I just think they're smart. I think that team is smart. The front office is smart.
I think for Liberty, the only adjustment they need to make is adjust the scheduling time with all of their trainers. Make sure everybody getting massages. Make sure everybody got their vitamins. Make sure none of your trainers get sick. Make sure they take their vitamin C, because the only thing in Liberty way of repeating is the Aces. And I know that. Look, I'm telling y'all,
we're gonna get to them.
I know the Aces are the 7th seed right now, but I'm telling you, the only team in the way of the Aces, of the Liberty, is the Aces in health. That's it. I don't think the Lynx can beat the Liberty. I don't think the Mercury can beat the Liberty. I think the Aces, and it's only because of J.O. And honestly, it's only because the confidence. Key, you get what I'm saying? It's like like when you watch football, right? It got this one team that it's like the Giants versus the Patriots for those years. Like it was the confidence of them. Patriots always set their offense up to make sure they combated the New York Giants defense, and it still never worked. Like, it's just something about the Aces when they go up against the Liberty. Because even in that first game of the season, in the first half, they were battling, and nobody knew how bad the Aces really were. Right? Nobody knew at that point. You didn't know the Aces was going to be this bad this year, this inconsistent. But for some reason, against the Liberty, it's like we've beat them before. They set their team. It's like a confidence kind of thing. It's very weird. It's like a confidence kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like they'll always be there with them. And health. That's the only two things. That's
Health, that's the one. That's the one. Health for sure. I like that you said the trainers thing, because they need to make sure everybody is ready and prepped to go for for the playoffs. We're gonna get to the Aces, which you just said. We're gonna get to them because the Aces is just, oh boy, they stress me out. The Aces stress me out. All right, we're gonna get to Phoenix. I did a video on the Phoenix on my page recently, talking about the Phoenix being the dark horse, the X factor of the WNBA 2025 season. So let's talk about it. Expectations versus reality. This is going to be the first one that I say my expectations versus the reality is two different things. I did not have the Phoenix Mercury being my number 3 seed. Y'all want to know who I had number 3 or in that mix? I had the Las Vegas Aces. I had Minnesota Lynx, New York Liberty, and Las Vegas Aces in no particular order. I was like, they're going to be dancing. It's going to be them 3 dancing. I just knew it was going to be them. I did not see the Phoenix Mercury being this freaking good, y'all. They're 16-9. Alyssa Thomas is doing MVP things, man, doing things. She's my current, as of today, number 1 for MVP. Fee is number 2. I didn't think they were going to be this good, y'all, because the offseason dead serious. It was, oh, we got AT. Oh, we're trading away Natasha Cloud. Oh, we got Satu Sabli. And it's one other, and we're going to keep Kalia Copper. So I'm like, that's it. I never seen the 3 of them play together on top of that. So I'm like, it's like, okay, but what is that all? Like, I don't, I did not have them up there because I did not know who they were signing. And then they got Kalani Brown. Anytime I saw Kalani Brown play in Dallas, she was somewhat lazy. So it just didn't give that they would be the number 3 seed. I'm so sorry. So I didn't have them at number 3, y'all. However, the reality is that's where they're at, and they're playing great, in my opinion. I really do like how they're playing as a first year together team. Shout out to the Phoenix Mercury for having a great GM and a scouting department that did their job. They have a bunch of players that should be known. No disrespect when I say no names, you know what I'm saying, but they should be known because they're playing great. So that expectation versus reality for me, I did not think they would be 3rd seed. What about you?
I had them. I'm trying to remember. I had Phoenix at. You know what it was? I had Phoenix. So it was Phoenix, Chicago, the Sparks, and I think the Mystics. I had them fighting for that 7 and 8 seed. I think that's what it. That's what I. So I had Mystics kind of like at the bottom because I know they didn't have no draft picks. It was a new team. I didn't know who the point guard would be. I didn't know if they had enough shooting. I was worried about the front court with the big. Because Satu don't really like the bang like that down low. She's more of a finesse player, kind of like Fee. So I didn't really New York. I mean, the Mercury had so many problems.
Yeah.
Like that I didn't really see them fixing this season. And again, that's why I got AT as MVP because I don't when I judge teams, I don't like to do the snapshot thing. The snapshot thing is we forget where we had them to start the season. We forget the issues they had. Like that's all credit to like Alyssa and Satu coming there and whatever going on with Kalia Copper. Like they've shown me resiliency. They've shown me next woman up. They've shown me versatility. They've shown me. They got to be a top 3 shooting team in the league because I got Liberty, Lynx, and Mercury, who ironically is the top 3 seeds, as the top 3 best shooting teams in the league as far as like perimeter shooting goes. So I was like, I didn't know where they would finish at, but what they've done, amazing. I mean, and that's all credit to, Nate Tibbetts, his system, giving them confidence. Like I said, like coaches work with wonders. Like Nate came in and was like, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to set it up. I mean, he got AT playing that Draymond Green role on both ends of the floor. I mean, he was in the NBA last year, so he kind of took some of what they were doing in the NBA with some of the kind of point forwards in the NBA AT looked literally like the female version of Draymond Green. Literally.
Yeah.
Literally. So
Yep.
I mean, I mean, hey, come playoff time, I'm still a little concerned because what happens when your shots don't go down and teams
Right.
have time to adjust to your rookies? Because a
Yeah.
lot of people forget they have a lot of rookies on their team. So I'm interested to see what it would look like once they get to the playoffs and in the lights. Are they going to be too bright for the rookies? So
Right.
that's a concern for me. But outside of that, I mean, they've done everything right. Outside of that.
Yeah. I mean, hit the like button, y'all, if you haven't already. As far as the Phoenix go, I do have them as like my dark horse, X factor of the playoffs. Like, if they don't get to the championship or even win the championship, I see them knocking a team out that's like, oh, that team, you know what I mean? Like, I could see them doing that. They may not do it, but like if they did it, I'm not shocked. If it's like, oh, for just don't get y'all panties in a bunch, but they knocked the Lynx out the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't be
So
like,
Key, do you think? So Key, let me ask you this: do you think? Because right now the Indiana Fever will be playing the Mercury. Do you think the Indiana Fever is trying to drop back to that 7th seed because they will be playing New York and they've had success against New York, or do you think they would want that 5th seed and go up against Seattle? Like,
that's one.
so what would be the best option for them? And we're gonna get to them. I'm just looking at where Phoenix can go, and I can see a lot of teams avoiding them in that first round. I can see nobody wanting that 6th seed.
Absolutely. I could see that. But first I want to acknowledge what you said about the rookies part. Like, going on a playoff run, trying to win a championship with rookies is not an easy feat, and they have a lot of them. The team is basically built off of new players, to this league. Now, albeit they're great, you know what I'm saying? Monique Akoa Makani, love her at the point. Even West Bell's spot minutes. How do you feel about DeWanna Bonner being added to the team? How do you feel about it? Does it propel them? Does it do anything for you?
She's a veteran, proven. She got a point to prove. She's on a mission. I mean, hopefully she wants to live up to that tweet that she sent out there. So, and I'm pretty sure when you go to a team, even the players, they seen that tweet, right? So those players are like, we got to help DeWanna Bonner be right in this moment. So I think that'll help even the rookies get a little bit of the bright lights out of their eyes in the playoffs, because they'll be kind of playing for DeWanna Bonner in a little bit. Like, it won't be like a big stepping stone, but it'll kind of be like a little notch up, because they'll be trying to play to prove her right, from her situation from Indiana. So I think that'll help them. Bonner coming there with that kind of like coming from that situation. She's a proven champion. She won a championship there already. I mean, she's a Swiss Army knife as well. I mean, she can do a little bit of everything. She can defend with the best of them when she actually wants to. She can rebound. She can facilitate when she actually wants to pass the basketball. I mean, she's not elite at a certain skill set, but she's good at a lot of things. So she can definitely help them in the playoffs. They can lean on her when their rookies don't show up.
For sure. I think that team, the rest of the season. So first, and that's another part. I need to answer your question. I think if I'm Indiana Fever, I want to play Seattle, and I'm gonna tell you why when I get to Seattle Storm. But I want to play Seattle over New York or over Phoenix for sure. Or you're gonna have the same situation where y'all don't even make it out of the first round like they did last year. That's my opinion. Oh my God, I lost my train of thought. It was about, what'd you just say? DeWanna Bonner. It was about DeWanna Bonner. Okay. So with DeWanna Bonner, and like you said, like if the rookies taper off or, having any issues, you can, bring her in as a veteran presence. I think what the Phoenix for the rest of the season, honestly, just need to figure out is chemistry. Like at this point. DeWanna's literally the only new addition. So it's not like, oh my God, but Kalia Copper is just coming back from injury as well, right? And it's like trying to figure out how to fit that all in, and make that work, in my opinion. And so I feel like that is what they need to work on, chemistry and lineups, even with getting Cobb back in. And I think if they work on those things, they giving any team problems at the very least. I wouldn't mind seeing Phoenix versus New York or Phoenix versus Minnesota Lynx. I know people want to see a rematch of the Lynx in New York, but I wouldn't mind seeing Phoenix up there. But I think, again, Phoenix is the dark horse and X factor. I could see them knocking some teams out of the playoffs early. I think they're a playoff contender. And my only adjustment would be chemistry. Is just figuring that out, when to put Kai on the floor, who to put her on the floor with, and things of that nature. I think is going to be something that they have to figure out. So that's all I got for them, really, but definitely a playoff contender. Do you have any adjustments for the Phoenix Mercury?
For Phoenix, only adjustment I have is start getting, because Natasha Mack is really their only true five. I would say Phoenix play a lot of players. I would say start figuring out, and I'm pretty sure Nate, he come from the NBA, so he pretty much knows this already. When you get to the playoffs, your roster kind of shrinks down a little bit. So I would say for them, keep AT healthy. AT and Jaquel kind of be in that same boat. They always have these little knick-knack injuries where they got to sit out for 2-3 games out of nowhere, like, and you don't even know they was injured. They kind of be, that's weird. They've been like that, both been like that for like the last 3 years. They have these knick-knack injuries. So I would say getting both of them to a point of being healthy, Kalia Copper and AT, keeping them healthy, continue to get DeWanna Bonner acclimated and figure out which of your rookies will be ready for the moment. And getting Natasha Mack a little more comfortable, because you'll probably need her against maybe the Liberty or even the Aces. You'll probably need her because I think Nalissa would bully Satu. I think you don't want Satu on Asia. So, I mean, you need another body out there. Natasha Mack can be that body. So I would say that, trying to figure out what you got in Natasha Mack. Or if you don't see, this is the reason why you need to figure out what you got in her key. Because if you don't think she's going to be somebody that you can use in the front court in the playoffs, now you got time to go get another front court player just to be another body and be consistent. Like, we'll wait on them,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, maybe see what you got. I mean, Kalani Brown's Kalani Brown, but you might need to use her against some teams and some spot minutes as well, a little bit more too. So, I mean, Mac is great, but Mac is kind of undersized as well. So I would think about that as well. But let's get to this next team. We got the 4th seed, the Seattle Storm. The Seattle Storm. Expectation versus reality. I don't know where I had Seattle Storm. I don't know that I had them this high, though, because of all that they lost. They lost so much. I did know the addition of Gabby Williams was going to help them a lot. But they still lost Horston. I really wanted to see Gabby and Horston on the floor together. And they lost Jewel Lloyd. Just and losing Jewel Lloyd is just a loss nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that would affect them. Then, just injuries. They just had a lot of injuries that affected them. So I didn't know where the Seattle Storm will be, genuinely. Then who they drafted as well. Who they drafted and who they kept and who they didn't keep. Things of that nature. Yeah, they signed Alicia Clark. But I don't know. I want to say I had them lower definitely than the fourth. So the reality is they're higher. And I credit that a lot to Skylar Diggins leveling up, man. Skylar Diggins is playing one of the best seasons, if not the best season of her career. And that's saying a lot. And then you got Gabby Williams, who was willing to come over and play a full year in the WNBA this year. And she's mucking things up. Number one in steals, still, if I'm not mistaken. Gabby's defense is absolutely underrated, in my opinion. I don't even think it's underrated, but then it's still underrated to me because her defense is just crazy. Like, it's just, she's everywhere. She's so active. Nneka Gumike too, doing her thing. She's had a couple struggle games out of like 20 something games though. But Nneka has stepped up. And Erica Wheeler too balling out. Erica Wheeler balling out. But Seattle, y'all, I'm sorry. Seattle 16-11, fourth seed. Seattle, they need another year. Like, they got it.
Really?
They got,
Nah, Key.
they got, hear me out. They got potential because they're the fourth seed. Like, it's not crazy. But y'all, it's like Seattle, if they don't come out already winning, I think there's one game where they fought back and actually won. All the other games, if they're losing, they lose. And that's not the playoffs is not gonna give you that. Like, you're the playoffs, the WNBA, any sport, like in the playoffs, they step it up. But yeah, the playoffs is no joke. A team you done seen during the season balling out, whatever, then they hit the playoffs. It's like, oh, I thought this was a good team. And then in the playoffs, they'll get swept. So Seattle just doesn't, they don't have, to me, game over game just showing up. I think that, yep, that's the word I'm looking for. They're inconsistent. If they get punched in the mouth, baby, they knocked out. I'm sorry. They don't have that grit to get back in the game. They don't have it. Not that the players don't have that type of attitude, but I think they don't have enough from the bench, which that was an issue last year. And I can't blame that on injury personally. I feel like you knew players were injured coming into the season. Y'all should have signed more players to bolster your bench. You need a bench to win in this league too. I don't know what people are thinking. You do need a bench. I'm sorry, to win in. And I think Seattle, the expectation versus reality is not the same. I expected them to be lower. They're higher, yes, but even with that, I believe that they don't make it very far because they have to be clicking, and if they're not, they don't have the grit through the game. Is something I've noticed throughout the season, and I watch all the games, y'all, and that's one thing for Seattle, and that's their problem. And as far as adjustments, I think it's too late for them. I am hearing buzzes of a possible trade before the trade deadline.
With who?
There's buzzing. I mean, it's ESPN bull crap, right? But with Connecticut for Marina, I doubt it. Seattle has to work with, though, to be honest. They do have a lot of picks to work with to do a trade. It's just who they pick.
Who are they trying to get? Mabry?
That's what they're saying, right? It's ESPN, so it's like a whole bunch of,
Because she the only person on it. Because she the only person. I mean,
yeah.
They don't need Haley Jones. Because she's a point, and she can't shoot consistency. I mean, they ain't trading Morrow or Rivers or Adota. That's their three future pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And Tina Charles, she don't fit with their front court because she ain't gonna get no minutes and she ain't gonna start. So it got to be Mabry.
If that's what they do, I don't see it happening, to be completely honest, but that's the buzz. But it's clear to me that they're not getting over the hump. To me, I'm sorry, unless they figure something out with their offense.
Do you think Mabry gets them over the hump?
Not necessarily even that, right? Like, no, I'm not saying Mabry gets them over the hump either.
I'm thinking from I'm talking about from like their standpoint. Like, if Mabry don't get you over the hump, why am I giving up assets for her?
That's why I said I think they need another year. Me personally, I think you see what you could do. Do the best you can. And then I think you try to re-sign everybody back next year. Plus, you have draft picks. Plus, you have Jordan Horston coming back from injury. I just don't think they have it this year. But them being fourth seed mid-season is hope for your future years. In my opinion, I don't know, but I just don't see them going over. But what you got? What you got on them? What you think about Seattle?
I ain't gonna lie. I thought Seattle was gonna blow this up this offseason. Because I felt like none of them were really in a prime anymore. Their best years are behind them. They can be consistent, but their best years are behind them, if that makes sense. Like because they're professionals, they're Hall of Famers, NECA and Scholar, but I felt like their best years were behind them. I didn't know how the front office felt about Seattle coach with all the Jewel Lloyd stuff that was happening and stuff like that. So I didn't really know where Seattle front office was on this. I would have blew it up. But the way they're performing, it probably would have been the wrong decision. But I don't know about running it back again. Like,
so you think they should blow it up in the offseason is what you're saying?
Yeah, I think, okay, you kept them together, see what can happen. Injuries happened. You can't control that, but you gave them another year. They don't get it done. I'm blowing it up. I need to get younger. And this is my opportunity to get a little younger with free agency. So I got to get some younger pieces in here, especially in my front court. My front court got to get younger. My team got to get younger. Like my bench is up in age. My starting unit is up in age. I mean, I got to get younger.
Bro. I don't know.
And I like Horston. But she's not a starting two guard to me. I'm sorry. I'm like, for people to say
she's not starting, but she's good on people.
On a championship team, she's not a starting two guard. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're right.
For people to say run it back, let Horston them get healthier, and they'll be right in the thick of things. Horston isn't in. She isn't. I don't look at Horston and says she's the starting two guard that takes you over the top. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of like,
I feel like this is what I think. I think you blow it up after next year. I could see what you're saying about Nneka Ogwumike. Ezzy is still very young and very athletic though. But Ezzy sometimes be giving four vibes. I don't know. But Jordan Horston can come off of the bench, in my opinion. That's what she was doing before. She wasn't a starter. So I would have her coming off the bench and get you somebody solid in free agency to start before her. I think you could get some free agency pieces and some rookies next year that shores them back up, and you run it back. I think you can do it. I'm telling you, I think you can do it. Now, I don't know if you run it back and win, but I think they need a bench, man. I'm telling you, I think they need a bench, and very badly. They need a bench. And I get that the playoffs come and you don't go as deep, but I think she don't really have. What do they have coming off of the bench? You know, they got Alicia Clark. What else? Lexi Brown, that's what we supposed to. Who else? Who else is coming off the bench? I don't even know. That's just not enough. As far as they go, though, adjustments for them, I don't know how much cap space and things like that they have. An adjustment can be made possibly by making a trade. I personally would not make a trade, though. I would keep my draft picks and see what I can do next year. So I don't really have any adjustments for Seattle Storm. That's just me. I don't think you.
I think they still need to get shooting. I think they need to get shooting, and I think they need to find out, is Dominique Malonga gonna get playoff minutes. I think that's their two biggest weaknesses right now: shooting and Dominique Malonga getting playoff minutes.
I'm not giving her playoff. I'm not giving her playoff minutes. I'm not lying.
So then who's your other front court player? because you lost
they traded away Liu. Yeah, I don't
see what I'm saying, Keith? Like like they got to get. That's why I say they got to get younger in their front court. Like you got to get younger in your front court because
but they got draft
even going
picks
into next year, Keith. Even going into next year, you can't play Ezzy, Nneka, and you still won't know if Dominique Malonga is ready yet. You got to get another young piece in your front court that can score and defend. Because you if you're not giving her playoff minutes now, that means you're not confident in her next year.
I'm not giving her. She's talented. I'm just not giving her. I'm not giving her. Just not no. The WNBA is a different. I'm sorry. I'm not taking away from other leagues or the NBA, but like no. I've literally watched the play. Like it's just different. It's different. And I don't know if Malonga's ready for that. Now, if you say the second half of the season, they make her ready for it, then okay, you give her minutes. But she's not, as far as midseason, we're doing a midseason thing. I don't think she's ready right now. Now they have draft picks to get younger, right? And then Nneka could be your vet for those front court players. But they're gonna have to talk to Nneka too, though. Nneka, we'll keep you, but you gotta not split minutes per se, but split minutes. Like, yeah, you could play 30, but like, bro, we got to give, like, she can't be as focal, at there for also Ezzy. Like, I love Ezzy, and I'm not even blaming it on Ezzy, but what is going on? Ezzy is super talented, athletic, and great, but I don't know if Ezzy is your, like, I don't know. I don't know if Ezzy's their 5. I don't know if Ezzy's their 5. What you think? I just don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. Against it's kind of the similar thing with the Lynx. When it comes to Ezzy, it's actually the similar thing with the Lynx where she's not a banger. Like, she's not banging in the paint. That's not what she's doing. That's not Ezzy's game. So,
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Key. I mean, I know you talked about the draft pick. I'm gonna be honest, Key. I'm going on record with this. Outside of Lauren Betts, I'm not picking none of these girls in the first round. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people got Serena up there. They got Chloe Kitts up there. Man, outside of Lauren Betts, ain't no front court player worthy of a first round pick next year. That's a guard heavy draft. And it's really a lot of ISO players in this upcoming draft. Like, it's really a lot of give her the ball and get out the way kind of players. Like, there's not, you don't really have outside of Olivia Miles, you don't really have a traditional point guard in this draft. I mean, because you got Flaw J, you got Nipkins, you got AZ Fudd, you got Kiki Rice. I mean, Kiki Rice is a traditional point guard, but I mean, you got Yarden from Maryland.
Is all Seattle picks first round?
You got Jackson from Duke. It's a lot of give her the ball and get out the way kind of players. You don't really have you don't really have those stationary players in this draft. So I'm not going front court in this draft. So even with that Sparks pick, I'm not going front court.
I was gonna say with Storms pick is first rounders. Damn, how they did that? They lucky as hell.
Yeah, because they got the Aces and they got the Sparks pick.
I mean, they could still do. They could do something with that. Golly. Okay.
Key, why you think I was mad? Why you think I was mad that the Aces traded away their 2027 pick? Why you think I was mad? Because we didn't have a first round pick this year because we forfeited it. And then next year, Seattle got our pick, and now Dallas got our pick, the 2027 draft.
Seattle's in a great space, whatever happens.
Because Seattle got their own pick. They got their own pick, which will probably be like bottom 4, probably be around like that 12, 11 range. And then, of course, they'll have that Sparks pick, which will probably be the number 2 pick. That Sparks pick will probably be the number 2 pick. And then they got the Aces pick, which will probably be in that 7 to 10 range.
So if I'm the Storm, you still in a great space. They might just have to get their front court in free agency.
Yeah, that's why I said you got to go get a young, but
right.
Who's you? I would have to look at the landscape to see like who's you need. You need somebody in your front court that's ready to play. That's not like a project front court player, but isn't too old where they're up there with neck of them. You gotta get what I'm saying? Like you need some. See, they need somebody they need a 4 that can play with Ezzy. That's kind of around Ezzy's age. Yes, because Dominique Malanga is young, so you don't need another young front court player with her. Now you're just kind of repeating the same cycle. You get what I'm saying? So you need somebody else there that can replace what NECA gives you.
Right. Agree. I mean, that's the keys. And then them 3 picks. So then you don't pick a front court player with the draft pick. You get a front court player in free agency, and then I mean, just get some talented plug and play players out of the draft. Now, I'm not saying that puts them over the edge and they win a championship by getting 2 or 3. And I mean, you probably trade away one of those, possibly. Storm might trade away one of those, what they need, to be honest. So, I mean, we'll see. I don't have any adjustments for them necessarily, y'all. I mean, they could trade away a pick and try to get a player to push them, further from 4 up to 3, 2, 1. They could try that. I just don't know if I do that, y'all. Me personally, I think you try your best with what you got, and if you don't do it, then just get rid next year. You know what I'm saying? And
I'm just not with you on that running. We can't run this back. We can't run
this
back.
Skylar Diggins is playing out of her mind. Gabby Williams. What?
So when you say run it back, I want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Because when I hear run it back, I'm thinking if the Lynx lose again this year, you take that entire team and you just run it back again. That's what I'm thinking.
No.
So are you saying run it back with Skylar, NECA, and Ezzy and shore up other pieces? So what is your definition of running it back?
Okay, so it's either with the Seattle Storm, what it sounded like you were saying was run it back or blow it up. And I don't think they should blow me. When I hear blow it up, I'm thinking gone. It's damn near all new players. It might be 1 or 2 of the same players from last year, but it's blown up. It's all new players. So that's all I'm saying. You could even get rid of one of the core 3. I'm not even saying you got to keep all of them, but I don't think you should blow it up.
Hold on though, Keith. When I say blow it up, I'm not saying when I say blow it up, I'm not saying start from the bottom like the Mystics in Chicago are.
Rebuild.
I'm saying no, they're in a rebuild.
Right. What do you mean by
saying retool? I'm saying keep NECA or Skylar and build everything else around them. Bring in vets. Even look, some of your draft picks, stash some of them. I'm bringing in winning players that can. That's why I said they need to bring in somebody that can kind of give you what NECA gives you, but they're not young like Dominique Malanga. But they're old enough to kind of build with Ezzy. Because I don't look, Ezzy Ezzy is who Ezzy is. She's horrible offensively, but she's the second. But she's not Stokes horrible, right?
Yeah.
But she's not about to consistently give you double-digit points a game. Because some games she don't even shoot the basketball. Some games she does remind me of Stokes, but I don't have her on that level. She's like a tier right above Stokes, in my opinion. She's like because of her defense. Her defense moves her like a tier right above Stokes. She's in that tier with like Aaliyah Edwards. She's in that tier with like the Aaliyah Edwards, the big G's. Like they're just good enough to still be in the league kind of thing. Like if somebody else would challenge her with rim protection on Seattle, she would probably get less minutes. But she's so good at rim protection that keeps her relevant.
Okay.
The crazy thing is to say she's a great rim protector, she's not that good of a rebounder. That's the weird part. Like to say how good she is at rim protection, she's not a consistent double-digit rebounder.
She don't catch the ball. She's a slap the ball out She'll slap the like she don't get the ball. It's crazy. Yeah, no. Yeah, I don't know, y'all. I don't know if I. It's funny. Out of all the players, I don't know if I keep Ezzy. Out of all the people, I could go on and on about Seattle and what I think they should do. Though I definitely we're on the same page about retooling. Who they keep or let go is up in the air to me. I think you can keep Ezzy, but if they didn't, I wouldn't be like, oh my god, they let Ezzy go. Like, no, that wouldn't be how I feel. Again, I can't always read all the comments. I appreciate y'all like leaving y'all comments though. I did see somebody say Azare Stevens. But I don't know. I think
that'd be a good
Azare
pickup.
for them,
That way
yeah.
he could, because technically, Dominique Malonga is a version of Azare Stevens. Technically, she's supposed to be a more athletic version of Azare. Yeah, so maybe Azare coming there and not being that old, but old enough to have been in the league and seen a lot, that she can maybe tutor her a little bit.
Yeah.
On what to get her shots. Because that's what Dominique Malonga struggles with. The WNBA is a different league than overseas. She hasn't figured out how to get shots. So her and Azare kind of being like a good comp in a sense. I think Dominique Malonga has more like dribble guard skills, but it's just as far as like how they get points, they kind of get points the same way. So I think Azare can say, hey, when your point guard is right here, you want to shoot a 3 as a 4, this is where you stand. This is because it's all about vision. I mean, I talked about it yesterday on Showtime about Camilla. Camilla still don't understand how to get in the vision of the point guard. And I was having this conversation all off season. I know we can blame point guards sometimes for not getting bigs the ball, but sometimes as a point guard, I didn't like playing with players who didn't know how to get in my eyesight. Every now and then, I'm going to make a pass with my peripheral vision, but it depends on how I'm being guarded. If I'm being guarded face up, it's hard for me to see you with my peripheral vision if you're not moving into my eyesight. Camilla will post up outside of the actual play being ran and gets mad because she don't get the ball. And then people look at the screen and be like, look at Camilla over there one-on-one posting up. Yeah, she look open to y'all on the TV, but she's not even in the point guard's vision. She can't see her. So, again, that's where Dominique Malonga struggles at. Okay. Scholar will be like top of the key and Dominique Malonga outside of the play.
Right. And I mean, we'll see what Seattle does in the offseason. Them getting Dominique Malonga instead of Kiki Iriafen was definitely a choice. And that tells you a lot, in my opinion. So what you're saying might be closer to true than not. Like, if they don't make it this year, it's like I wouldn't be surprised. Seattle seems like a pretty loyal team, bar the Joel Lloyd situation. And I'm not saying they're unloyal or loyal because of it, but I wouldn't be surprised if they like I said, run it back similarly, not with the exact same players, but retool. And I wouldn't be surprised if they move off of those players, to be honest, because getting Dominique Malonga to me was an interesting choice. And I think they're definitely doing something with that. And it's a long-term thing. And they're going to bring her along long-term. So we'll see. We'll see with the Seattle Storm, man. We'll see what they do.
Yeah.
But now we got to get to the 5th seed, the Atlanta Dream, y'all. The Atlanta Dream, expectations versus reality. Again, this season reminds me so much of women's college basketball, where just watching them play throughout the season, I dead serious was like, I don't know. Like, I don't know who makes it where and does what. They were so good and then inconsistent, and that's what this season looks like to me. The teams that I thought would be top notch aren't. The teams that I thought would be low are not low. Then some teams start to figure it. Like, it's just, I mean, it's all over the place. It's definitely not a sure season. So expectation versus reality with the Atlanta Dream. I had them a little bit lower. I had them making the playoffs, but I had Atlanta a little bit lower. Carl Smesko, man, that I gotta give it to him. I gotta give it to Carl Smesko. I think they have trouble closing games. I think that's their only issue for real, is like closing games out when it's a close game. They struggle with that. They don't have Ryan Howard currently, but even with Ryan Howard is freaking playing so good this year, but she's still young, and that's something you could just tell with some of the stuff she does. To end off games, she does hero ball sometimes, poor shot selection, little things she does that's like you could reel that in and fix that. But I mean, they're a little bit higher than I had them. I had them probably 6 through 8, and they're fifth seed. And so that was my expectation versus reality. Adjustments. I think they got to make sure Ryan Howard is healthy to make this playoff run, and I think he has to adjust closing out these games. I think he needs to play with Pow Pow a little bit more too, sometimes. But otherwise, they're pretty consistent and they're pretty good in what they're good at.
Yeah.
They're 15 and 11, but there's probably like 5 games that they could have won, and I just watched them like just not be able to close it out. But it's his first year with this team. I think 5th seed is a accomplishment. I think you keep him next year. You know what I'm saying? And again, run it back or retool with this team. What do you got on Atlanta, Zoe?
Atlanta's kind of where I thought they would be. Again, kind of middle of the pack. I'm actually surprised. Honestly, they may be like 3 games better than I thought they would be right now. I mean, they're 15 and 11. I kind of thought they would probably be like a 500 team right now at this point in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like 4 games ahead of where I thought they would be, because I had them in that 6-7 range. I kind of had them like right there. It depends on what production their front court gave them and how Alicia Gray would continue to develop her game.
Yeah.
So I'm actually liking where they're sitting. I'm concerned about them because they have a team full of talented players where everybody feels like tonight's their night. Sometimes that can be a good thing, but in the playoffs, it becomes a bad thing because now you're not playing team basketball.
Right.
Like, is Jordan Canada going to sacrifice her game so Alicia Gray could win? Is Breanne Jones going to sacrifice her game so BG can be a little better this game? Is Alicia Gray going to sacrifice her? Let me say this about Alicia Gray, man. I watch her sometimes, and I think a lot of people don't say nothing because Alicia Gray is so likable, but you know me, Key, I don't do fanfare. Alicia Gray does a lot of shot jacking. She does a lot. I watch her, and I love Alicia Gray. Alicia Gray in my top 10 favorite players. Great personality. You know, like Alicia Gray remind me of my oldest sister. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the crazy thing is they actually play alike. Alicia Gray does a lot of shot jacking. Like, I've watched games where she just comes down the court and just shoots it from the logo 4 times in a row. I'm like, Alicia, come on, darling. Like, that's something that could hurt them in the playoffs. They don't use their bench a lot, which is another concerning thing. Like, they don't go, because again, it's hard for Smetko to go to the bench because he knows Breanne Jones wants her 10 shots. BG wants her 8 to 9. Alicia Gray wants her 12 to 15. Ryan Howard wants to pull her 9 threes. I mean, it's really hard to go to your bench when you know they want their shot. That's why in Jordan Canada, she want her 10 shots. Like,
You're putting it. I thank you. I actually appreciate you so much because that's what I was just saying. Like, I didn't know how to say it, but you're saying it. Like, it's I think they have an amazing roster and they have a very talented, even Nas Hillman coming off the bench. Like, Nia Coffey too is a pretty good player. Maya Caldwell, Pow Pow. Like, it's just like I think he's going to have to figure out how to play these players. And like you just said, Is that a chemistry? Would you say it's a chemistry thing?
It's a
Like,
chemistry issue.
there you go. Okay, because I was like, what is it to say? Okay, I realize I'm Jordan Kennedy. I'm the point guard. I'm a scoring point guard, but I can facilitate as well. But today doesn't need to be my game. Like, what is that? That, you know, Ryan Howard too, Alicia Gray. I'm glad you said that. Like, they have poor shot selection sometimes. It's like, why are you trying to be a hero? Like, y'all winning, y'all good. What are you doing? But we can't have two. Now that's, you know, it's one thing to have one shot chucker on your team, but we can't have
you
too
got three.
many.
You got three of them.
You
Got
can't
three
do
of
that.
them.
You know, so
And then
that is a
sometimes
part of
four, because
championship
sometimes
winning.
Breon Jones, she get in her bag and she don't want to pass the ball. Like, yeah.
Yeah. And they're all actually good, right? It's not even like,
Yeah, that's the hard part.
you a, you know, second string player and you so trigger happy. No, I mean, y'all all actually good, but like when you realize today is not your game, but it's chemistry. But I want to say that's also somewhat coaching. I don't know. I would kind of, you know, it's kind of coaching. Hey, pull them back. You gotta, you know, pull back. You can't keep going out there and just throwing up them shots like that.
Yeah, I like that you said that about Jordan Canada. Amazing player. I love Jordan Canada. I would love Jordan Canada on the Aces any day. Jordan Canada is the type of point I actually need. Hopefully that's somebody they look into, because I think, you know, we'll get to the Aces later, but I just want to put that out there that don't be surprised if the Aces go after Jordan Canada in free agency. Because her and Asia actually have a great off-court relationship. A lot of y'all probably don't know that. Jordan Canada, I love her, but sometimes she forgets she's the point guard. And in the playoffs, that could be a bad thing. Sometimes I watch her come down court, and like you said, she is a scoring point guard, but she can facilitate. But sometimes she forget she can facilitate. Like Jordan Canada, you know, you can give her the ball, right? Like you like sometimes it's like she's trying to prove something that she can score. Like I just watch her sometimes, and sometimes she gets in this scoring bag where she forgets to pass the ball to the other players. Like and as the point guard, Key, it's okay to give the ball up and get it back and become a scorer. It's never okay for the point guard to come down court with shooters on your team like Ryan Howard and Alicia Gray and Pow, and for you to just come down court 3 times in a row and never pass the ball. Like that's bad. That's bad point guard play. I'm sorry. That's bad point guard play. Like try to find ways in the playoff that can hurt you. Try to find ways to mix it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And if you're watching the game, at the end of the game, you'll see where she had 19 points and 8 assists. But that's the stat sheet. But if you watch the game, 8 of those assists came in the first quarter, and she didn't get no assists the rest of the game. Like that happens sometimes. And it's just they dribble the air out the ball. They get a, you know what happens with her sometimes? I need to go see what point guard gets the most 24 shot clock violations. I guarantee you Jordan Canada is up there. I guarantee you. I guarantee you Jordan Canada is up there. Sometimes she does dribble the air out the ball. This is what she does. She'll go wing. She'll look inside. It's not there. She won't run a play. She'll bring it back up to the top of the key and just dribble. And she'll try to get it to somebody, and the pass can't be made, and she'll just shot clock violation. When they played the Liberty, she did it like 3 times. Jordan Canada had like 3 shot clock violations against the Liberty. I literally watched it live. I'm like, Jordan Canada, you got to stop doing that. She always goes to that left wing, and she just goes between her legs, and she kind of waits. I don't know if she's waiting on a play to happen or a BG or somebody to post up, but it never happens, and she just dribbles back to the top of the key, and the ball stays there. Like, she needs to get out. And I love Jordan Canada, great player, but she got these little habits that could hurt them in the playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, do you see them making it to the second round in the playoffs? And do you see any adjustments they may need to make? My only adjustment is coaching, and it's for the players too, like where they're gonna say, hey, I want to make it far, so I'm willing to sacrifice to far. That's what I think will make a difference for them, to be honest.
For me, it's for me, it's defense. And it's crazy because you got BG, Jordan Canada, Ryan Howard, and Alicia Gray, who are all competent defenders. But sometimes they can get in those modes where people just drive right past them. Sometimes they just play lazy. They play too much lazy defense. To say they're that talented. Like they be having some lazy quarters.
You're right.
It won't be like a possession no key. It'll be an entire quarter where nobody wants to play defense. Because everybody's trying to get a shot on the other end. They leaking out. They hoping their player miss so they can get a leak out fast break shot. Like that, they need to be consistent on the defensive perimeter. And I know Alicia Gray is the best player on this team, arguably, but this team is going to only go as far as Jordan Canada. And again, those habits that I talked about, she got to realize when her team isn't scoring, she got to get them better shots. Like she becomes a shooting guard when her team isn't scoring. That's when you really need to be the point guard. Like she just got these moments where her team isn't scoring. Jordan Canada, I think you can lead your team to the promised land if you clean up some of those bad habits you have.
Okay. All right, let's get to the next team at hand. Next up, 6th seed, the Indiana Fever. Now let me stop.
Favorite team.
14-12. We got the Indiana Fever, 6th seed right now, middle of the pack. I think that's where I had them, to be honest. Expectation versus reality. I think that's where I had them. Again, I had a bunch of teams that was like, I think they're just gonna until the postseason, they kind of gonna play around, just move, one day today they the 6th seed, tomorrow Atlanta might be the 6th seed, 7th seed, 8th seed. So yeah, I had Indiana Fever around the middle of the pack. Not I've summoned them. Hey, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and go over to Excuse the Takeover and make sure you subscribe there as well. So my expectations and reality were the same. Caitlin Clark, we got to talk about her. I was not expecting her to be injured most of this season. That is not something I was expecting. Seriously, not even being funny. I wasn't expecting that. It was like, oh my God, they made so many off-season moves and super team, super that, whatever. And I knew they weren't going to be as great as everybody was pushing them off to be, so long as Caitlin Clark was the point guard. And I already know how y'all like to tussle with me. It's just the facts. I'm sorry. I knew regardless of who they picked up, it was going to be hard with her at the point because she has things that she still needs to work on. But I did not expect her to be injured. And y'all should be thanking Ari McDonald. Ari McDonald has come through and kind of I don't want to say save the season like y'all going to the championships, but she's made sure that the season did not go straight to flames. And so she's making Steph's job easier. I just know it. I know it. I can tell Steph could act like whatever, but I know she's happy to have Ari. I'm telling you, I know she's happy. She like, oh, my job is so much easier now with Ari at the point.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
You know what I mean? So, Ari's a passed on defense. She will play defense. She's a point guard, man. She's gonna take the shots when she needs to, but she tries to feed her bigs. Try to get Kelsey Mitchell their shots, and also Kelsey Mitchell, who people like to greatly ignore on the Indiana Fever. I know Aaliyah Boston's having a great season, so you have to give credit to Aaliyah too, but this team does not do nothing without Kelsey Mitchell. Let's be honest. Kelsey Mitchell is also a deciding factor for the Indiana Fever. She is a straight baller, man. She's a baller. She's the MVP of the Indiana Fever for sure. They don't get nowhere without her. But as far as my expectations versus reality, this is where I had them. I did not expect CC to be injured for most of the season. And then adjustments. For me, adjustments is Caitlin Clark. Again, I know y'all like to tussle, but I've been saying this. I have nothing against her personally. I do not know this lady at all. Okay, I have no reason, but I like to talk basketball and I love basketball. I think Caitlin Clark can help this team win, but I think she has to work on some things in the offseason to help a team win, y'all. It's just the reality. Okay, she doesn't have to be Sabrina Ionescu levels of off ball, but she has to play off ball more often.
Yeah.
Does that make y'all feel better? I think when I don't know if y'all feel pressured if I say she got to be like Sabrina. No, she don't got to be like Sabrina, but she definitely has to play off ball more. In the games before she got injured for the third time this season, she did start to shoot a couple mid-range shots. That's a good sign. She needs to shoot more mid-range shots. So Caitlin Clark will never be good at defense. Yep, I said it, never. However, she has to give more effort. She has to give more effort. Also, she has to get strong-minded. She absolutely has to get strong-minded. I'm sorry. And in my opinion, I think that Kelsey Mitchell probably will not be there next year. So they have to pick up another two guard that complements Caitlin Clark. They have to pick up I mean, I'm thinking we're not going to see the same team next year. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I'm sorry. I think Aaliyah Boston will have to be there unless she forces her way out, which I doubt she'll do. But they got to create a whole different team. But more than anything, Caitlin Clark has to do better. Like, she has to do better, bro. She really does. So she has to, in this offseason, give more effort, become more mentally strong. And mid-range shots, man. Let's see what the mid-range shots working with. She has great mechanics. I think she could have a nice little mid-range shot. And use that more, little teardrop maybe. And then there was one last thing I had to say. Offensively, like setting up offense, she has to get better at that as well. The turnovers have to go down. She cannot have as many turnovers as she's had. Due to her being injured, she is not going to break the record, but had she played the game, she was on pace to break her own turnover record, which already was a huge record to have been set in the first place. But they got to get a strong three. They got to get a bench, in my opinion. They got to get a whole new team. Like next year, they got to get a stronger team. That's it. I don't think we see that team next year, but I think they need a better wing defender. In my opinion, to go along with Caitlin. But that's what I got on them. What you got on the Indiana Fever, expectations versus reality, and any adjustments you think that they need to make?
Indiana, they need to be better at getting the ball down low. They do a lot of shot chucking as well. That could come back to hurt them in the playoffs. They don't get back on defense enough. They give up a lot of fast break points. Ari McDonald gives them an offensive look that helps them be steady because she forces them to dribble drive and she forces them to play team basketball, if that makes sense, because of her style of play. Like
Right.
she's gonna come down court, make the right first pass that sets up an option for a play versus come down court and look for a shooter. If that makes sense. Like she's not looking for the 3-point shooter. She's looking to make the right pass, which makes the next pass an even better pass, if that makes sense. Like she stabilizes what they want to do on offense. That's why when Caitlin Clark came back, I was a little see. Aari McDonald has been a breath of fresh air for them. She's kind of stabilized their offense and half court. She's helped it again because in half court she don't look for the 3-point shot. She just looks for the best pass. So she helps their half court offense get Aaliyah Boston the basketball and get Ryan Howard the basketball at her spots. Because Ryan Howard doesn't really want to shoot a lot of threes. She wants to get to the nail. She wants to get to the elbow. She wants to get to that 15-foot pull up. And when you make the right pass, it gets her to her spot. Because when Caitlin's on the court, Ryan Howard just runs to the 3-point line and stand in the corner, hoping Caitlin sees her. But when Aari is in the game, Ryan Howard is looking for her actual shot, her bread and butter shot, because she knows eventually that next pass is probably going to be to her. Yeah, that makes sense. When Caitlin Clark came back from injury, I was a little perturbed that they kind of went away from Aari McDonald. Like there was 2 games where she didn't even play. When Caitlin Clark came back, they had them starting together. So it was a little weird that they and then turned, just stopped playing her altogether, not bring her off the bench and give her normal minutes. They literally just went away from her. And now they're going back to her. So it's very interesting to see. That needs to be an adjustment with Stephanie White on how to play them together consistently, because I think Aari McDonald's half-court mindset could help them in the playoff when the game slows down. So I wouldn't go away from her once Caitlin Clark comes back. I would try to find ways to get them to play together. And again, you can have, as a coach, you can have the ball in Caitlin Clark's hand, but as a coach, see, Key, I'm gonna tell you something. As a coach, my coach used to do this sometimes. I used to hate it. But as a coach, you can save a player from themselves by the play you run. See, if Stephanie White was actually smart, she could actually run plays that would make Caitlin Clark pass the ball without her going to Caitlin Clark and saying, hey, Caitlin Clark, you need to play off the ball. Yeah. If Stephanie White was actually smart, she would even have to tell Caitlin Clark to play off the ball. She would draw up play styles that would force her to play off the ball. Like she would have Caitlin Clark. She would have it to where the play would be Caitlin Clark centric off the ball, where Caitlin Clark is just coming off of a pin down, where you got Natasha Howard initiating the offense from the top of the key, or even Aari McDonald initiating the offense, where you're like, Caitlin Clark, hey, when you go left, if that shot isn't there, pass it there, come back this way and you'll get it back. Now you got her off the ball without her even realizing she's off the ball, because she thinks the play is about her, but she's really off the ball. And what did I say earlier? Aari McDonald, one thing about her in half court, she's not going to look for the 3-point shot. She's going to make the right pass. So now you got the ball back in Aari McDonald's hand, where Caitlin Clark in her head thinks she's about to get the ball back, but Aari McDonald is just about to make the right pass. And that pass might be to Aaliyah Boston down low, or it might be to Lexi Hall cutting down the lane. You get what I'm saying? So now you're not telling Caitlin Clark get off the ball, but your play calling is saying, I need you off the ball. So now you don't have a locker room problem.
I mean, and that's the thing. And it's just, if she's a little more, again, it doesn't have to be Sabrina Ionescu levels, but like what you just described is just a little bit more. Not that same old top of the key, pass it off, and then you get the ball back and do nothing. Like literally do nothing. You're gonna chuck up a 3 and not make it, and it doesn't make sense, y'all. And it sounds like I'm basing the entire success of the Indiana Fever off of her, and that's not necessarily the case. Again, I've said that he took that team out next year. Like I said, they need a strong wing, defender, because Caitlyn, struggles on defense and stuff. But she has too many things to get better at to not say that the success of the team doesn't have largely to do with her, because how you build the team is going to have to do with what she's strong at. Am I wrong?
No.
And then she's ball dominant. So you're building the team in a certain way. And it's like that style of basketball does not work, at least not for winning. If you want to win a championship, it doesn't work. It just doesn't. Historically, it does not work. So, I mean, those are the things that I think in the offseason, though, they need to do a really good scouting job. I think they need to stop coddling, if that's what's happening. Speculation, Caitlin Clark, it feels like they're coddling her, and I fear it's gonna backfire. It's not gonna do them any good to coddle her. I'm not saying be mean to her, is the opposite, but they gotta get with her, man. They gotta get with her at this point in time. Caitlin Clark is out mentally, and she should not come back until she's mentally ready, in my opinion. But we got to figure that out, girly. You cannot be out most of the games this season because you can't get your mind right. We're not doing that every season. I'm sorry. We got to figure that out, because I'm sorry, y'all. I seen Caitlin Clark damn near hit a backflip on it. I'm not being funny. I was in shock. I was in here watching the game. The ref did something, and she literally jumped up and tucked her legs. Like when you throwing a kid throws a fit, they jump up. I'm like, it's just no way. And I'm not here to speculate about injuries and stuff like that. My point is, if you're injured, you need to sell that, because now, I think it's mental at this point. I'm sorry. I think mentally she was having a rough time. They projected her to be MVP this season, which we all knew. But they predicted that, and it's not giving that up. And that team is struggling more than people thought. And they likely will not make it to the championship. So I think the Indiana Fever just got to really flesh that situation out and be honest about what's going on. And it's not college anymore. It's the WNBA. Like, we keep doing this. So make sure it's 170 y'all in here. Hit the like button. Go to iamzomedia, WBB Universe, Excuse the Takeover, and subscribe and hit the like button. But you got any last thoughts on the Indiana Fever?
Again, just stop playing sloppy defense. Get the ball inside and stabilize your half-court offense. That's basically the 3 pillars for them if they want to have a playoff run.
A playoff run, yeah, for sure.
They give up a lot of fast break points. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's perfect what you said. I was saying that. I'm like, they got to figure out how to split the minutes between her and Aerie, or even have her and Aerie play together. They got to figure that out. I don't think you remove Aerie if you want to be successful at this stage when it comes to the Indiana Fever. But let's get on to the next team. Our 7th seed, the Las Vegas Aces. I've been wanting to talk about them because they be pissing me off. 14-13, middle of the pack. Y'all already know my expectations versus reality. This was absolutely not it. I had them, again, 1, 2, or 3. I said if the Aces are not as good as the Minnesota Lynx or New York Liberty, they damn sure are going to be number 3. The Aces have disappointed me this season. They are number 7. Now, I will say this. Championship teams have lows. That's not crazy.
Yeah.
The low just came sooner than I expected. I did not expect this year to be their low. That's all I will say. They move as Jackie Young and Ajawilson move, man, and nobody else. I want to make that clear. That's my truth. Prince may feel differently, but I think Jackie Young and Ajawilson are the only reason why it's still wheels on this damn bus. Okay. Shout out to Ajawilson last night, putting it on their head tops, showing them why she's one of them ones, as Zoe would say. Listen. They finally decide last game, not last night, but the previous game before this. We're going to bring Jewel Lloyd off the bench. They win the game. Cool. They need to get Jewel Lloyd up out of there. That's my adjustment. Off the bench, don't care about none of that. I think as soon as they can, move the hell up off of Jewel Lloyd It's not a good fit, and that's just what it is. Even with her coming off the bench, giving you solid minutes, I'm sorry. It's just not it. I'm sorry. Becky, come to the front of the stage. I don't like what Becky has been doing this year. So I don't like it. I'm sorry. Becky Hammond has been questionable as a coach this year. It's just been some games where I'm like, what is she doing? Does she know what she's doing? The whole sitting the starting five thing, like we're not in high school. Like, I don't know, y'all. I just don't. I get it. You got your starting five out there. It's not making you happy. Cool. It is what it is. But that whole I'm gonna sit y'all for 10 minutes or whatever long, and yeah, I just don't like it, y'all. I don't like what she's doing. I'm sorry. Taking this long to bring Jewel Lloyd off of the bench, even when she been said, I want to say like 5 games into the season, she was like, we talked about it. We talked about bringing her off the bench. And then she waited until after All-Star break to bring her off the bench. I don't like it. I don't know what Becky's doing. I don't like what she's doing. I'm actually going to put most of this on Becky. I'm sorry. With this team, I have to put a lot of this on Becky in the front office of the Las Vegas Aces. If y'all was going to fire that GM, y'all should have had a backup GM, bro. Like, I don't get that. And by now, y'all should have found one. Becky is not Cheryl Reeves yet in her career. Maybe one day that'll be what it is, where she's the GM and the coach. But like, this ain't that. It's clear to me that she can't necessarily build a roster on her own in that way. I mean, coaches obviously have an idea of what they want and need, but she's struggling, giving up the number 1 pick for Nalissa Smith, albeit like, yeah, Nalissa Smith is producing better than whatever that Lakia or whatever, but it still wasn't worth that first round pick, and that makes Dallas better in the future, in my opinion. It's a game you play in the leagues, right? You don't want to make teams better and better in the future, right? Like, you got to get what you need, and at the same time, like, I can't help you that much. I'm gonna help you, but I can't help you that much because it's gonna come back to bite me in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't understand giving up the number 1 pick for Nalissa Smith. Jewel Lloyd. What else? Chelsea Gray. Chelsea Gray trying to find her footing this season, I believe, is a part of the issue as well. I can't not speak on that. I think that's a part of the issue. Adjustments that they need to make. If this is the team that they're going to keep, the adjustment is the Jewel Lloyd coming off the bench. I think that's something that needs to continue to happen, and knowing when she just shouldn't get a lot of minutes. I don't want to be that person, but even with her coming off the bench, that don't mean you have her coming off the bench doing starter minutes. No, that don't mean that. If she not hitting on a thing, look, Jewel Lloyd, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes to show me something. If you're not showing me something, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, because she's not great on defense. So I mean, I've just been feeling a way about the Aces. Is not my team either. I'll be honest with you, I don't even have a team in this league yet. Teams to have a team, that's an organization and a player thing. It's not just liking a player. It's an organization. It's a team. Do y'all take care of y'all? So I don't have a team right now, but the Aces have been underwhelming this season and concerning this season. But I'm gonna put it over to the man who this is his team. What do you have on the Aces?
Hey, Key, this is the crazy thing. You still got like 18 games. Aces still have like what? Correct. Like 18 games left? Correct. Somewhere around there. Yes. Hold on, let me actually see how many games they got left.
They 14-13, so that's 27 games. Yeah, they got it's 44 games this season.
So they got 17 games left, not 18. 7. Okay. So this is the crazy thing, Key. See,
I gotta pull him up on the screen, y'all. I think he about to piss me off. Let me
see. This is why I know everybody is scared of the Aces. They just don't want to say it. This is how I know everybody is really scared of the Aces. They just don't want to say it. This is how I know the Aces is still really a threat, Key. With all those ups and downs, Key, don't you know they're only 4 games out of second place?
Nah,
with 17 games left.
Mm-hmm.
See, This is how I know the Aces scares people. Key, people have written the Aces off. And with 17 games left, you only 4 games out of second place. And guess what? You still got Atlanta twice. You still got Seattle twice. You still got the Liberty twice. You still got the Lynx once. You still got the Mercury twice. You still got Fever one more time. Picture that, Key. That's the teams that's above them. And guess what, Key? Don't you know the Aces actually had one of the better records in July? The Aces had a top 3 record in July. The Aces won 5 of their last 7 games. Don't you know in the month of July, Asia had 29 points and 12 rebounds with over 2 blocks and over 4 assists? See, all of y'all who wrote us off, I'm telling you, everybody who wrote us off, Jude Lloyd coming off the bench, Key. If we can get a Leonide on board, we can get Nalissa. Actually, I've watched Nalissa. I'm still mad that we gave a first-round pick for Nalissa, but I think if Asia can get her acclimated with her in the front court,
yeah,
Nalissa will be a big help for us in the playoffs because of her play style. She does the dirty work. She doesn't need 12 shots. She's going to rebound. She's going to rim protect. She's going to be a big body. No, she's not a superstar. No, she won't end up on Sports Center.
Yeah.
But again, I think she's 2 tiers above what Stokes was giving us. Key, we 4 games out of second place. And we got the Liberty 2 more times. We're Key. We're 3 games out of third. And we got this Phoenix twice. We got the Phoenix 2 more times.
I will say this. I had to get my grievances out about Becky and Jewel for sure. But I will say that that is one glimmer of light that I've noticed is like I see them turning it around. I don't know how far that gets them, but I see them having a better second half than the first half, it seems like. But that's even more why I'm frustrated Becky ain't been have Jewel Lloyd come off the bench. Because I just think this would have been a whole different argument. So I agree. I can agree that like this second half, I see that. I'm like, oh, they're going to have a better second half than the first half. I think also not that anything was wrong with Asia per se, but just she's
Asia was taking it slow because they was trying to get Jewel Lloyd acclimated. I'm telling you, Asia was, I was telling people this, Key. People was like, Asia regressing, she falling off.
Oh, no, I kept telling people,
Key, I was like, you could tell y'all not Asia fans and y'all haven't watched her. Asia is literally sacrificing her game to get Jewel Lloyd shots. Asia was passing up one-on-one opportunities to get Jewel Lloyd shots. Mm-hmm. They were trying to acclimate Jewel Lloyd to what they were doing. Look at Jackie Young. Soon as Jewel Lloyd goes to the bench, Jackie Young gets the first triple-double of her career.
Thank fucking dog. I'm telling you. They go as Asia and Jackie goes, man. God, thank God they put her on the bench. So Jackie was at the 2 too. Am I wrong or am I right?
Yeah, they had Jackie like, come on, man. Like, I mean, Key, look, Key. This is our next couple games. We got the Lynx, like I said. We got the Lynx. We got them on the second. So we got some break. Figure out what this rotation looks like.
Yeah.
So we got the Lynx on the second. Then we got the Valkyrie back-to-back. We got Seattle. We got Connecticut. We got the Liberty. We got the Mercury. We got Dallas. Key, by mid-August, we could literally be the 3rd seed. Literally. By mid-August, we could be the 3rd seed. Literally. Yeah, we really need them to lose a couple games here and there, right? But we got the Liberty twice. We got Phoenix, and we got the Lynx. We got Atlanta on the 19th, right after Dallas. We literally can be the 3rd seed, and we got Mercury right after that. We literally can be the 3rd seed by August 20th. All those naysayers, Key, on August 20th, come see me. Key, I like what you said earlier. Championship pedigree teams have lows. Know who used to have those lows? The Spurs. Mm-hmm. The Spurs, be the 5th seed midway through the season at All-Star break and end up the number 1 seed. Because they already know what they got to do. And guess who comes from that coaching tree? Becky Hammond. See, I heard you say something earlier, Key. You talked about Becky Hammond putting all 5 starters on the bench and bringing in the bench unit. Guess who used to do that a lot? Greg Popovich.
I know.
Key, what if the Aces know who they are? They've been together long enough. They know who they are. That's why. Did you ever see Aja get frustrated?
Oh, nah.
Did you ever see Jackie get frustrated?
Nah.
Did you ever see Becky get frustrated? They was acting like it was another day in the park. She had her little comments about the turnovers and stuff, but that's what coaches do. They got to save face. But did you ever feel like this team ain't it? Did she ever give you that inclination? Key, this is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering if the Aces had that first half low, and now they about to peak. Some teams peak too early, and some teams peak at the right time.
It needs to be that for them. That has to be what it is. That's why she gotta stick to what she's doing. How you feel about Bell off the bench or in the starting lineup sometimes or whatever the case? How you feel about her minutes that she's been giving y'all these past few games?
I'm not gonna lie, Key. You know me. I was mad that we brought her back.
Yeah. But she's been giving C vibes.
But she's been giving us valuable minutes. Like she had a career high 2 nights ago against Dallas, 19 points, starting at the 3. Like, Key, I've been saying that for the longest. I even said it on Star Hoop Central. The Aces don't have a 3. Kirsten Bell, for everything she does, she gives them a look at what a competent 3 could be. So this is what I'm hoping happens. I'm hoping Becky sees that and says, we really need to get a 3 in here. We can't play these 3-guard lineups. We need to get a small forward. The Aces need a small forward. Kirsten Bell showed Becky Hammond what the Aces can look like with a competent small forward.
They can't
just plays defense, does dirty work, and hits shots.
They can't get that before the end of the season, though.
No, they can't. That's what I'm saying. I'm hoping in the offseason, that's their first priority, is getting a small forward.
Yeah. Okay, well,
I like what the Aces are. We're peaking. Asia's looking like the best player in the league again. Again, Key. Hey, don't be surprised. Key, if we get the 2nd seed, is Asia your MVP?
It's gonna be between her and AT for sure. If you get the 2nd seed, Fee is not in the discussion for me no more. It would be her and AT.
I'm just asking.
Continuing,
we only 4 games out of that 2nd seed with 17 games left.
It's between her and AT at that point for me. To me, I mean,
if we get that 2nd seed,
she's on a tear. Like, she's on a tear again, right? Like, if you watched the game last night, shout out to Cam Brink. We'll get to her in a second, by the way, coming back. But if you watched the game last night, you just see that she's, and again, you described it like she was trying to figure it out with Jewel Lloyd, all of that. And now that she didn't have to, you just see where she's at. And I never worried about her. That's just a player I'm just never gonna worry about. Your only worry with Asia is Asia play. I don't even want to talk about her. I ain't finna talk about Asia. I don't got time. Asia plays small, to be honest. She doesn't even play as good as she can play if she felt like it. So I just never
pisses me off sometimes, Key. I tell people this all the time. I agree with you. Sorry to cut you off, but I agree with you. I was saying this last night when I was covering the game. Asia don't see nobody as competition in the WNBA. It pisses me off sometimes because she does play to her competition sometimes. Because she doesn't she don't feel challenged. She don't feel like sometimes I wish she just goes out there and put people to sleep. And it pisses me off. But that's how great Asia is. She comes out and she looks across from her. Key, I'm watching the Lynx game the other night. Yeah, the Lynx won and Fee did her thing, but I'm watching the game and I'm like, Asia don't care about Fee. I'm watching the game, Key, and I'm looking at Asia's body language. Asia don't give a damn about Fee at all. I'm watching it. Like, Asia plays Stewie harder. Like, Asia don't give a damn about what Fee doing. Like, I'm watching and I'm like, Asia don't care. I'm looking and I'm like, Asia don't care about Fee. Asia don't care how many points Fee's scoring right now.
Yeah. I need people to I need people to play her harder, to be completely honest.
Because that's gonna bring the best out of her.
Best
I need
out of her
Fee to
and
yell
them
at
as well.
Asia. I need somebody to yell at Asia. Because
It's
Asia
not
gonna
gonna
give
be
them 60.
Fee though. It's our rookies and our sophomores we're gonna have to depend on going forward. And I did a live like 2 weeks ago, idols becoming rivals, between her and Angel was players of the week and stuff like that. And that's why I'm not here to like do fake beef. I'm here to create competition and rivalries, just like you be saying. Because I just want to see these players play to the best. I love competitiveness, man. And Asia's so good at what she does. And you could tell that she has more to go. Her ceiling hasn't even been hit. But it, like you said, the competition wise, right? Like Breanna Stewart and her are closer than anybody else. And Breanna Stewart she's better than her right now, at least, right? And so it's like, who do I see? You know what I'm saying? And that's where the Kiki Erie offense, the Angel Reese's, and in between that, gotta start playing her harder, and not even offensively, defensively.
Yeah,
they gotta give her the bit. It's gonna sound crazy. They gotta check her. They gotta check.
No, I get what you're saying.
They gotta like elbow her. They gotta do something to Asia Wilson. That's a whole different story, but they gotta do something to her. Like, they gotta start trash talking, acting like she's not the best women's basketball player. If you listen, that it was one of the breaks, it might have been halftime, and they talked to one of the assistant coaches, I think, over on the Sparks, and he said it, flat out said it. She's the best women's basketball player. He didn't say in this league. He said in the world. He said it. I've said it numerous times because I know it. You know what I'm saying? But it don't matter. You gotta still go at her. So I want to see that coming up in these next few years. I need somebody to just straight body Asia, bro. Just off of GP.
You watch her play, and she like last night she had 34 and 10. And I'm watching her and I'm like, Asia could put up 60 points if she wanted to now.
Literally.
Like, it's wild. It's wild.
It's the craziest thing. You know what I'm saying? It's the craziest thing. So, anything can happen. We'll see. We'll see what they do throughout the season. I think if they even make it to 4, they're successful, considering
how the season started
and where they started. Correct. I don't even if they don't make it to top 3, I think they make it to 4. I think they're still successful. I think heavily in this second part of the season and in the playoffs, they will have to lean on her and Jackie a lot more. And it's like they already have. So there's that. But if you could get consistency out of Jackie too, not saying she's not consistent, but what they had her doing, etc. Maybe at the 2 you get more consistency out of her, and you just get something better. But the adjustments, like you said, an actual wing in the off season would be great. Let me ask you something. Would you have traded that pick for a wing versus NaLyssa Smith, or do you stick by NaLyssa Smith?
I'm about to go out on a limb, Key. Honestly, I would have went to Dallas and said, give me Dejanay and Melissa Smith for 2 firsts. I'd have gave them back-to-back first-round picks.
Dejanay is not a wing.
She gives us more wing defensive versatility,
For
and
sure.
she brings that. She
Never take
one thing I like about Kelsey Plum that she gave the Aces. She gave them that rah-rah talk a lot. Dejanay would have, because Aja talks, but it's more of like when she's in her bag, she'll yell and stuff like that. But she don't really say too much on the court.
Yeah, no.
Jackie don't speak at all.
No.
Chelsea friendly.
Yeah.
Like Jewel Lloyd don't speak at all. One thing about Kelsey Plum, she gave us that energy, and that's another thing we're missing that a lot of people aren't talking about.
I agree.
Dejanay would have gave us that energy back.
Yep.
And guess what that would have did? Dejanay is the type of player that would have made Aja put up 50 points because of her energy that she brings. Dejanay is the type of player that Aja would have rolled for. You get what I'm saying? Like Dejanay would have been that person on the bench telling Aja, go get 50. Nobody on the Aces gonna motivate her to do that because they know who she is. But Dejanay is a slaughterhouse. Dejanay wants to put you in the grave kind of player. She one of them because she used to get AT up. So you know what I'm saying? On Connecticut last year, like if you watch them playoffs, Dejanay used to be the one getting AT in that mode. She used to be the one after a shot yelling at AT like, let's go. She could have did that for Asia. So I think that was a missed opportunity for the Aces.
Yeah.
I would have gave up another first-round pick for Dejanay.
For the both of them, if you was just like, I mean, because if you're giving up picks for the future anyway, you might as well just go all in. This gonna hopefully put us over the hump to be contending. I mean, they might as well have. I'm in agreement with you at that point.
Because at that point, both of them would still be in their prime years. Because neither of them have been in when Dejanay got in the league, 2021, and Alyssa was 2020, I think, or was it 2022 and 2021?
I don't know. I thought they was the same year, to be honest with you. I'm not sure.
They probably were. No, I thought Dejanay was before Alyssa.
Not sure.
I thought it was 2021 and 2022.
I thought
somebody in the chat help us out. When was Dejanay and Alyssa draft?
Thought it was the same year, except for Dejanay just went 3rd round. Dejanay was a year ahead. Okay.
Yeah, I thought Dejanay was a year older than her.
Okay. Shut up, Goon. Go ahead.
Shut up, man. Because Dejanay came out the year Kim went to LSU. Remember, that was Kim's last team, that Dejanay team. Yeah. And they should have won it that year at Baylor. Like that was Kim's last year at Baylor, Dejanay's team, which was 2021.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what the Aces do. They make it to 4. It's a successful season. 3, we don't know. And so you got them. You got them in the championship game?
I got Aces going to the championship. I got them in the championship.
That's how you. Hey, that's how you
look. Asia is like LeBron James. It's championship of us. It's if you ain't in the championship, that season's a failure. To me, last season was a failure. Asia didn't make it to the championship.
Oh my God. Hey, and that's how you do it. If you a fan, be a real fan, man. You got it.
That's what Key, be honest. That's one thing about me, Key. I'm fair across the board. Some people be like, why you sneak nigga? Why you on Angel? Or why you? I'm fair across the board, Key. Nobody can. I'm always gonna be 100. I'm fair across the board.
With all the Aces fans,
y'all get in my bag with the Aces. But when it comes to like just being real, I'm fair across the board. I do get in my bag. It's my team. I'm a gloat. But when it comes to just real conversation, I'm gonna keep it real.
If they number 7, if your team, listen, this is where he gets to get away with. Yes, the Aces is gonna be contenders, even though I could see how people wouldn't feel that way. he just made, literally, if he didn't make that point, I would be here going back and forth with him, but I'm not about to do it because I totally understand where he's coming from. Asia Wilson is on the team. Like that's the type of player, like you just don't count them out. So I could definitely see why he's like, yeah, I got him in the championship. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because I got Asia Wilson on my team. Like, what you talking about? And Jackie Young too. You know what I'm saying?
And do you think we gonna get the best Chelsea Gray in the playoffs? I think we gonna see the real Chelsea Gray. I really think
I hope we do, because she's been a somewhat disappointing getting herself back acclimated. So I'm hoping she does. Now you get her to clicking, ain't no telling what y'all can do. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the Aces in the championship. I don't personally.
Of course you don't.
But I don't think it's crazy that they get there if Becky figures out these rotations, first of all, you know, and playing to the game in front of her too. Sometimes, and Cheryl Reeves does the same thing. Sometimes I think they don't play to the game in front of them, but there could be something I'm not seeing as a couch call. But sometimes I'll be like, okay, what's her name? Dana Evans is in too long. Dana Evans was in too little. You know, Jewel Lloyd is in too long. Sometimes I think she be just little things, but I think she figures out them lineups, and Asia Wilson plays unconscious. Chelsea Gray starts to click, and Jackie just keep doing what Jackie does. You never know what happens with Nalissa producing and playing gritty and learning from Asia. You never know. You never know what happens. So it's something.
I know we got to move on, but last point before you go to the next slide. Okay. Let me say this, man. I tweeted this last night. If Asia don't win Defensive Player of the Year and Jackie Young isn't first team all defense, the WNBA isn't a real place. I'm sorry. The WNBA, Key, who gonna win Defensive Player of the Year over Asia? She's averaging 2 steals and 3 blocks.
Okay.
And she's number 2 in rebounding.
Number 2 in rebounding. Where's she at in blocks? 1?
Number 1.
And then 2. Where's she at in steals?
2.
Number 2?
Number 2.
Yeah, then if that's the case, yeah, I don't know who else. If that's the case.
And you gotta, again, I know it's a Defensive Player of the Year award, Key, but you gotta take into account offense too. So Asia's giving you that production on offense while being the best defender in the league. Because most of the times, your Defensive Player of the Year, they don't really give you a lot offensively. They might give you 10 points a game, right?
Yeah.
But for her to give you that offensively and give you that defensively says a lot.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We're gonna see what she gets this season. I feel like it's gonna come down to standings and shit. I definitely think Jackie Young needs to be on all defense. Jackie Young has to be on there, in my opinion, for sure.
Jackie Young better be first team, Key. She better be first team.
I definitely agree with that. She's been playing her butt off, seriously, on both ends of the floor.
And Key, all that talk about Fee, guess what? Angel will end this season being the leading scorer. She's only 1 point behind her. Angel will finish this season as the leading scorer.
Lord, I don't know. Then that shakes things up because it's harder to make a case for MVP. If he is not the leading scorer this season to go into issuing out these awards, I don't know, y'all. I'm sorry. I gotta give it to AT. Or if Asia Wilson gets back up there and everything, then
because Fee is averaging 23, Asia's averaging 22 as of today. And that was with Asia's bad start.
Right. No, that's exactly that. Exactly that. That's with her bad start. Like that's insane to me. That's literally insane to me. So I don't know. We're gonna see how Cheryl kind of pivots. I know, because I could tell Cheryl is trying to make sure that Fee gets MVP. That's not a bad thing, by the way. That's not a bad thing. But I could tell she's trying to make sure she gets it. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see how she pivots, how the Aces end off, and how Asia ends off. But It's gonna be a fight, man. It's definitely gonna be a fight, for sure. Make sure you guys hit the like button, comment, and subscribe. We're on to the last playoff team. 8th seed, we have the Washington Mystics, 13-13, a 500 team. The Washington Mystics, for me, expectations versus reality. This is actually where I would have had them, like around this area again, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 kind of area, mostly 7 or 8 area. I did have the Washington Mystics making it into the playoffs. I thought that they just did everything correctly in their offseason, in my opinion. That's just where I'm at. So my expectation versus reality with the Washington Mystics is the same. Adjustments, I don't have no adjustments for them. I think they're in the perfect place. Um, to be honest, actually, I ain't gonna lie, I might have had them not um I might have had them not making the playoffs. I'm not sure if I had them making the playoffs.
I don't think you had him in the playoffs, Key.
I might not have had them in the playoffs.
Because didn't you have the Sparks?
No, I didn't have the Sparks.
Because you had Chicago. I think it was Chicago.
I think I had and I want to be clear. I had Chicago before I saw Tyler Marsh coach his first game. I'm not, and that's not me trying to like knock him or this is just my honesty. Like, I think we went through and I was like, oh, Phoenix don't got nobody. That was when I still didn't know what Phoenix's roster was going to be. Like, it was a lot of stuff still in the air when I had Chicago being a 500 team. You know what I mean? So I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know Sydney was their coach either. I'll be honest with you. I didn't know who their GM was going to be, things of that nature. So it was a few things that I just didn't know, not making any excuses. But yeah, I don't think I had them 8th. So, okay. My expectation was for them to not make the playoffs. That can still happen. But I think they likely will with Kayla Thornton going down. They likely will, but we'll get to them later. Adjustments, again, whether they make the playoffs or not, I think they're in a perfect spot. I think they made the right moves in the offseason. I think that they got the right picks, picked the right people in the draft, and they just got to keep on that trajectory. I got to speak on, the rookies coming in and being plug and play players. I got to speak on Shakira Austin being healthy this season. She talked about it. They asked her about her season she's having, and she's just like, I'm healthy. You know what I'm saying? And I knew what type of prototype of player she was, but I never saw it actually come to life because she was injured. But not only being healthy, but being healthy for a long amount of time, you're able to see her game flesh out. And I like what I'm seeing from her. I really do. I think she has just a lot going for her. And so then you got the ACL tear. You got some players you see come back. I like Lucy Olsen. Even like, I like the Mystics. They just got to pick correctly and get the right free agents, and they a scary sight in my opinion. I don't have any adjustments for them because in my opinion they're not championship contenders, but to be sure that they're in the playoffs next year, pick correctly in the draft, attract the right free agents. Those are the two things that I would say that will make them for sure playoff contenders next year. What you got on them?
The Mystics shocked me. I thought they would be one of the bottom 3 teams. I thought it was going to be Mystics, Dallas, and Connecticut. Like, yes. I thought they would be down there. No, matter of fact, it was I thought Dallas would be better because I thought I had Dallas better than that. I had Dallas right outside the playoffs at number 9. It was Mystics, Connecticut, and Valkyrie. I thought that would be the 3 worst teams. So what Mystics have done, honestly, Key, and I know we're gonna get to the Valkyrie next, but does Thornton being injured the rest of the season take her out the most improved player conversation?
You know what? I don't know, and I would hate that. I really would hate that.
Because again, can you win most improved playing half the season?
I don't know. That's something I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. I don't know.
I don't think she'll qualify.
which is terrible because she was great, man. I really hate she got injured.
Because again, it's 44 games and you ain't even played 25.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. At least
So
she got
I
the
don't know
All-Star.
how she qualifies.
Yeah.
So if she don't qualify, I had Azura up there, but she's falling off. She's been inconsistent the last month. She did not have a good July. I mean, the two most improved players, do they come from the Mystics? Sykes and Shakira?
Shakira might have an argument. I'm not gonna lie. But she barely played last season. Does that matter? How much they played last season? Does that matter too?
No, I mean,
No.
it does matter. It could hurt or help you.
Right.
So her being injured last season a lot and not getting starter minutes and looking like she looks this season actually helps her.
Okay.
Because it wasn't like she came in hitting the ground running and then got injured and then gets most improved. No, she came in slouching. So she came in banged up. So for her to have a healthy season and be in the starting lineup for the Mystics, who are a playoff team,
yeah,
that's most improved, probably by the definition of it.
Right. I'm with you. Yeah.
You know, because remember, Dejanay got it for that same reason.
Oh, true.
You remember?
True.
Getting injured, coming back on a playoff team. So Dejanay literally got most improved for the same. Her and Dejanay is literally in the same boat. They literally probably about to both get it.
Does seed matter for most improved though? Because Connecticut was higher.
I don't think it does as much, but I think it helps. I think it can be a notch on getting a vote. You know what I'm saying? Like how you help your team win. I think it can definitely be a notch as far as like probably how they seeing it. The Mystics, but to get back to the Mystics as a whole, I mean, it depends on where the Mystics finish. I mean, he might be coach of the year.
Yeah.
If they can get that 7 seed, yeah. I got him for coach of the year over the Valkyrie. It depends on where the Valkyrie finished. The Valkyrie just fall off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
I mean, I got Johnson for coach of the year.
Right.
I mean, what he's doing over there is phenomenal. I mean, man, shout out to the Mystics. I mean, you got two young rookies who look like they're gonna be stars in this league.
Right.
I said this yesterday. I like how the WNBA is promoting Kiki and Citron together. I think that's a good look for the league. You know what I'm saying? That's a very good look for the league, how they promote them together. That's a very good look for the league. Because remember, speaking of Washington, remember how Washington looked when the NBA was promoting John Wall and Bradley Beal together. Remember that kind of like them 2 years?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I think it's always a good look when you can kind of pair, because they're not in that superstar stratosphere, but they teeter players. So it's always a good look when you can pair them together and make them like a duo. So that's a good look. I mean, they both came in looking like vets. They both make little mistakes. They play their game. They don't get out of character. Johnson leans on them in clutch moments, both of them. They both had clutch moments this year. Sonya's had 2 game winners. I mean, what's not to like about what the Mystics have done? Shout out to them. Only adjustment for them is figuring out their wing. Is it gonna be Inksler getting heavy minutes, or would they lean on Melbourne as a 3-guard lineup? Like, I think that's gonna be where they go when it comes to the playoffs. Like, it's kind of gonna be in how does Sykes incorporate herself in the playoffs with the team, being a veteran that's been in the playoffs. Like, how does she lead them in the playoffs is going to be a huge part to what they do for the rest of this season. So they're a fun team to watch. They're actually my third favorite team to watch behind the Aces in Chicago. And honestly, at this point in time, they're actually number 2 behind the Aces. Chicago is just not fun to watch.
I was about to
right
say.
now. So,
I was about to say. Between them
so,
and Valkyries is my funnest
yeah.
teams at the moment to watch. I'm sorry.
Bro, I'm actually interested, Key. Man, shout out to the Mystics. I mean, they surprised me.
Yeah, who you? I mean, we're gonna get up off of them in 1 second. You know, they want to come back next season. They want to be a 5th or 6th seed next season, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do they in the off season? Free agent, like what? Because you move up off of Dosen. I think Dosen. I actually like Dosen for them right now. Not playing wise, but as a vet, I see what she does for them. She's a mouth. She's like a Alicia Clark. Yeah. Yes, that's what I'm thinking of. She's hyping him up and talking to him and all of that good stuff. Sykes obviously is an energy on the court as well. But you got Amor coming back. I like all of their players. The only one who I think will not be playable next year is Steph Dolson. And you could probably do a toss up with Sykes if you want to bring her back or not. But who do you get in free agency? They got a couple. I don't know how many draft picks next year, y'all. I'm sorry.
The Mystics have 4. They got 2 in the first, 2 in the second.
God damn, that's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh no, I mean you're growing together, right? It's
they got remember they got Minnesota pick. They got that pick, that Minnesota pick.
Right. So you got a young team growing together, which is fine. You're rebuilding. They're gonna grow together, learn winning habits, then become a championship contender one day. That's the whole point. And you got to add to that. But you got to keep a veteran or 2 on the team. You know, you don't want to be too young. I don't know, man. They could do some trade. 4 picks. That's a lot.
Hey, Key, I would love to see an Azare Stevens on this team.
Okay.
Because remember, Dosen is supposed to be that stretch 5 for them. So I would actually be interested to see like a Azare Stevens on the team like this.
Interesting. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Aaliyah staying because you just have so much depth. That's one. But I actually want a different type of 5. I don't know if I want Azare. I don't know. But you know
what kind of 5 would you want?
I don't know. You know what? You probably right.
Because I mean, like Shakira is kind of like they bully on the block.
Yeah, but Shakira's, you know what? She's been showing me more 5. She has been showing me because she's a little bit of a 5 too. Yeah, she's a little bit of a stretch too. Not 3-point shooting per se, but she's not a big paint girl. But she has been doing her thing, I guess. Do you feel like okay? This is my question. Do you feel like Shakira's would she come off the bench?
The bench for who?
She would be the 5 for the Mystics. Does she come off the bench? Because who's starting? Azare or her?
No, Shakira's starting. Shakira and Kiki's Azare coming off the bench. Azare coming off the bench right now. Azare is a bench player. She was only starting because Cam was hurt. Soon as Cam came back, where's she coming at? Cam been back for 1 game.
I don't know. Damn, y'all feel like she need to be a backup? Playing really well, damn near all-star level.
Man, Azare is a bench player.
All right.
Azare not a starter on not on a competent team. She's not a starter. She's too inconsistent.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we'll see what they do in the offseason and what adjustments they make to make sure that they're playoff contenders. I think that should be a goal for them next year for sure. And I think that's something that they can do if they make all of the right picks. And it seems like they know what they're doing. So I think that they will. I'd even be open to them doing some scouting for possibly some overseas players or something just to really send the Mystics over the top. I like what I'm seeing from them. Their team I'm looking out for. I'm not sold on them completely yet, but as long as they continue to build the way that they're building, they're a team that I will, continue to watch.
I hope they be patient, Key, and not rush the process.
I agree. That I agree with.
When you start rushing the process, you miss out on opportunities to develop.
Right. Right. I agree. So
I
we'll see.
hope they
We'll
don't
see.
look at this year's success and say, you know what, we're gonna go for a championship and mess the
Nah,
whole thing up.
nah,
I just hope that's not what they
no.
do in the offseason and
For
start
me,
bringing in veterans that start messing up the chemistry.
yeah, no.
Like, nah, this is Kiki and Citron team. Like,
Right.
even if you watch Sykes, that's what I love about what Sykes has done. Remember, I was complaining about Sykes shooting them out of games. Lately, she's been deferring to them. Sykes is letting the world know this is their team.
Yes, I agree with you. It's one of them things. Next year we make the playoffs. Next year, second, like you
Second
don't
round,
have
yeah,
to.
build up.
Yeah, we need to make a championship. You know what I'm saying? No, I don't feel that way. I want to say year 4. That's when
Yeah,
it's a expectation from there. Year 4, you rebuild those first 3 years, created that chemistry, all of that, and then you make a run for it. All right, so that was all the playoff contending teams. We are now in the bottom 5. I don't want to spend too much time on these last 5 teams. I'm trying to do a little bit of a rapid fire with each one because they are not in the playoffs as of right now. It doesn't mean it won't
basically.
change by the end of the season, but I'm not about to stick too much on them. I'm going to tell y'all my expectation versus reality. Um the higher ups, I might give you an adjustment because they maybe could get themselves back into the playoff contention. And then I'm going to tell you what I think that they should do in the offseason and kind of go from there. One, expectation versus reality. I didn't have the Golden State making the playoffs because I'm thinking like it's their first year, etc. They politely showed me that these 6 players, all of they will be 6 players on most teams. They came in and they balled out. Kayla Thornton, man, all-star. Veronica Burton, underrated. Okay, I want to say that, by the way. Veronica Burton, in my opinion, is underrated. Got to give her flowers. I just love them. They're clicking. Shout out to Natalie, man. Yeah, Natalie. I always get her name wrong. Natalie, she's doing her thing. I had her for coach of the year if they make it to the playoffs, because there's no reason why you're making history. That it literally would be history that they would make it to the playoffs in their first year. That does not happen, has not happened. I believe she would deserve coach of the year. I'm sorry. She's an amazing coach, though. You can just tell they move by the beat of her drum. Sydney as well, actually, by the way. But expectation versus reality is pretty much the same. I didn't have them making it in the playoffs. I probably had them lower than the 9th seed. Adjustments that they can make. I don't know. Somebody has to not be Kayla Thornton, as in play the way that she plays, but produce in the way that she produces. I think that would be my adjustment, is they would need to have somebody step up and pull them forward. They were able to pull off a win yesterday against the Atlanta Dream, 75-75, and Chechi hit the game-winning shot. So their defense, though, baby, smothering. They got smothering defense, great defense. Keep that up. I mean, just keep doing what it's similar to the Mystics. You know what I'm saying? They just got to keep doing what they're doing. It's about daily habits, y'all. Y'all will be surprised. Winning championships, being a great player, Zoe will tell you that shit is not a one-off. Like, it's just continuing to get that standard in the Golden State Valkyrie, that culture, and just play together. And I feel like they do that. They play their games. They're excited to play. You could just tell. And as long as Natalie's doing that, they win. Honestly, they have a win. Whether they make the playoffs or not, they have a win. To be in playoff contention next year, they're gonna probably have like the number 5 pick or something like that next year, or something like that. They got free agency as well. People, trust me, them free agents is noticing what Natalie's doing over there at Golden State. They already have 6 man of the year type players on their
Well, they
team.
gonna have Keith. They gonna have probably the number 4 pick,
The 4.
because they'll be ahead of wherever Connecticut is. They'll be ahead of them, and Connecticut will probably have a top 5 pick, because
Okay.
Portland and Toronto automatically get the 5 and 6 pick. They automatically get it.
Okay. Well, they're gonna have the pick of the litter for the rookies. And I trust Natalie. I'm sorry, I trust her. She done got my damn trust with who she picked, who she chose to keep. I see the vision that she has, And so again, as long as they pick the right draft picks and in free agency get the right free agents, I do think they need, like, I love the team ball for sure. I don't want them to go away from that. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I don't want to say a bucket getter as in like a shot chucker or nothing like that. I want them to have a consistent player. That's what I will say. Somebody who can consistently give them scoring. Shout out to Kayla, great things, but also, you know, she could get a little, you know, I won't say she was a consistent, you know,
She's not a
and then
number one.
yeah, and you don't want to rely on that either. You know, you don't want to just rely on that one person either. So I think they go out there, they get a couple consistent players at different positions. I want to it's like their big situation too. Temi Fagbenle, I feel like she's pretty athletic and stuff, but she's not a big body. So that might be something to look at. But I mean, I think they make the right moves in the offseason. They're in playoff contention. What do you have on the Golden State Valkyrie?
Man, shout out to them. I had them a bottom 3 team, 9th seed right now. I expect them to continue to fall down. I expect the Sparks to leapfrog them probably in the next week or two.
Okay.
They got Cam Brink back. They've got Ray Burrell back. So I expect them to leapfrog them, and I know they actually played them 2 more times. So I expect them to definitely leapfrog them probably by mid-August. I agree with you. Great season. Natalie, I still got her for the coach of the year. Depends on what if they stay in that 9 seed, I got her for coach of the year. If they go to 10, I got Mystics coach. I got Johnson. So, but Kayla Thornton to me is a number 3. She's not a number 2 or 1 on a championship contender.
Right.
So,
right.
And again, you don't got to move her to number 3 right now. Over the next 2 years, you continue to drop her down the pecking order. Like next year, you go get you a number 2. And then a year after that, maybe you get that Juju. And then she becomes your number 3. So you don't like go all out and find you another 1 and 2. You kind of gradually do it because Salon is young. Kate Martin is still young. Timmy is still young. You got a lot of young players on that team. I want them to treat. I want Golden State to move kind of like the Mystics is moving, right?
Yeah,
like how they got Sykes. I would actually keep Sykes. You need that veteran until Sykes' speed slows down. I would actually bring Sykes back because you're not about to find another Sykes out there that has familiarity and a comfortability with your young core like that. That takes time to build that up and trust. So I would continue to build a team that's playoff or competent. Again, they were right down the playoff mix before she got hurt. So I would bring back most of those players because Salon, a rookie. Veronica Burton, man, balling out. I would bring her back for with the young core again. Man, shout out to them. But adjustments for the offseason, I would bring all of them back. They need a 2 guard and they need a front court player. That would be my number 2. That would be my number 2. I will go get a front court player because again, Juju's going to be your backcourt player, so that's going to be your number 1. Hopefully, you get her in that draft. But I will go get a number 2. And my number 2 will be a front court player. This offseason, I'm going to get a young front court player. It would have to come via trade though.
You would trade for a young front court player versus.
But the ironic thing about that is it would have to be somebody like an Angel Reese them class. It would have to be a Reese, a Shakira, one of them players. It would have to be a Sably. It would have to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? I would go get my front court shored up first. Because my back court, I'm cool with Burton in my back court with Kate Martin for now, for the next year. I'm going to get my front court shored up.
Facts, man. Listen, y'all, Mystics versus Golden State Valkyrie championship series. No, just they got that team. They got the teams and the trajectory for it to be competing against each other in a few years, man. I'm telling you, the talent that both of those teams have and can continue to attain, it definitely could be that, especially if Golden State gets Juju. By the way, the owner has an expectation. He wants a championship within the first 5 years. Now, obviously, it doesn't mean that they get it, but they're obviously working towards that. And I'm saying that because clearly the WNBA has showed us that some of these owners use their teams and don't actually care. And that's not the case for Golden State. That means that he wants to see that happen, so he cares, so he's gonna help them do that. So that matters. So that's what he said. But we'll see what Golden State does in the offseason. I'm curious for sure. And speedy recovery to Kayla Thornton. We're going to get to the number 10 seed, Los Angeles Sparks. Cam Brink coming back from injury last night. It was definitely good to see her on the court. LA Sparks, I don't know. I don't even know what to say about them. Like you said, they maybe could move up one seed. I do have them possibly not making it to the playoffs, but it really just, I feel like it depends on the Mystics as well. Yeah, I don't know if they make it out of the bottom. I think that they're gonna try. I think they're really gonna try to make the playoffs, but I don't know that they do. I think they're trying to figure out, first of all, everybody being healthy at the same damn time. Like, they need that. They need everybody to be healthy at the same time and really figure out chemistry. And unfortunately, it's not until the second half of the season that they're figuring this out. I don't know if Julie Alaman is there. Honestly, I don't know when it comes to the Sparks. That's what I will say. They're like a good team to me. That's why I'm like, I don't know. Like, I know you're like, Key, they're 11-15. They're obviously not, but like, the talent is there. The talent is on that team. To be honest, that team should be like oh damn, we got the LA Sparks tonight. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, coming into the season, I knew that defense was going to be an issue for them. I did know that. And that is likely why they're this low. But then, I mean, you had Ray Burrell was injured. By the way, when Ray Burrell figures out body control, I think she'll be such a scary athlete. She is so bouncy. She's so athletic. She's
she ran
crazy.
track.
Yeah, man. I'm like, girl, but she need body control. I will say that. She has to figure that out. But man, she's so athletic. I love watching her play. Anyway, they're really talented. They even have a bench, in my opinion. They got to figure out defense adjustments. I think they're going to have to move off of a couple people. And that sounds crazy because they have so much talent, but I do think they're going to have to possibly move up off. They got to figure something out with that in chemistry. Somebody has to take a step back to let somebody shine. That's my adjustments for them. And then playoff contention next year, I could definitely see them in the playoffs next year if they make the right moves in the season and free agency. But I think it very much depends on that. And the coach, they brought on Trammell to help her as an assistant, this is her first year as a head coach. I want to say, I don't know, this is going to sound kind of childish. I feel like since it's her first year, she's struggling to figure out what to do with these players. Like, I don't know if I make sense, Prince, like who to tell to take a step back. Like, I feel like, I don't know, that sounds childish, but I could be wrong, but like, it's my first, day coaching this class. None of these kids are gonna listen to me. Like, I don't know, but I could be wrong. What you think about the LA Sparks?
I got them finishing in the I got them finishing in the 9th seed. Climbing over Valkyrie. I got Valkyrie finishing in the 10th seed. That'll be your 9th and 10th seed teams. The Sparks won't go nowhere until Rakia figures out how to be a better player. They won't go anywhere.
Oh, no, he didn't say that, y'all.
They won't go. The Sparks won't go anywhere until Rakia figures out how to be a better player. I still think she got a lot to her game that's that's unresolved offensively and defensively that she hasn't realized yet. She still don't know how to. She still don't understand how to get a shot for herself without shot chucking. She still don't know how to move within the offense yet. On defense, she got to get stronger on defense. She should be a better rebounder than she is. She should be able to guard on the perimeter a little better because of how fluent she moves offensively. You would think her footwork would be just that good defensively as well. But so that just lets me know she has a lack of desire and effort for the defensive end. It's all about effort with her on the defensive end that she doesn't want to give. And I think that's why the teammates ice her out sometimes because Rakia is lazy on defense. And players might not say it. I was like that. Man, I'm my shoe, man, you ain't getting this ball. I'm not even looking at you right now. Like until you start playing some defense, I won't say it. And you watching on TV, you won't notice that's what I'm thinking. But that's why I'm not passing him the ball. He done gave up 4 different driving lanes. Like, man, I ain't even looking at him. Whatever play coach called, I'm changing it. If that play go to him first and call, I'm changing the play. So I don't trust their coach. I think she won't be there 2 years max. I think they'll give her 1 more year and she's gone. I don't think she's a good coach. I don't like her play calling. I don't like her coachability. I don't like how she gets them ready for games. I think Azare leaves because I do think she want more minutes. And I can tell last night watching the Aces game, she was a little frustrated on the bench because Cam Brink played limited minutes last night, limited minutes against the Aces. And Azare just looked out of sync. So imagine when Cam Brink starts getting her actual minutes. So I think they need some big moves in the offseason. They will probably have the number 2 draft pick, maybe number 1, depending on how that ping pong ball falls with them in Dallas.
They got to give it to the Sparks next year because they need to give it to Golden State 2027.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't see them making too much noise the rest of the season, Key. They're a fun team to watch when they hitting shots, but outside of that, they're just a bad basketball team.
They're so talented. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button, and comment and subscribe. I feel you on that. And I'm being petty with the Rakia thing. I mean, I think Rakia's y'all. If you haven't noticed yet, like even how I talked about Asia, like I see these players. Like Rakia is so talented, but I feel like people are not honest about the fact that she leaves a lot to be desired sometimes. And she was not necessarily your plug and play player because even last year people Kurt was holding her back. Kurt is a defensive mind. She didn't have the defense. I don't necessarily think Kurt was holding her back last year, in my opinion. And she listen, when she's hot, Rakia's hot, man. And those games, I definitely feel like give her the ball, get out of her way. Like she can get hot, but I think she has more to work on than people realize. Like you said, on the defensive, and she has gotten better to me though defensively. Hopefully she does unrivaled again this year and works on some more things. I want to see more from her, and I can see Azare leaving as well. I think she probably should even leave. At that point, she was there last year. We're not in the playoffs. I don't know if I stay. You know what I mean? For what? So I feel you on the Sparks. Playoff contention to me is the changes that they make, but I think they leave a lot to be desired with that talent on that team, y'all. That's just how I feel about them. Let's get to the next team, the 11th seed, the Dallas Wings, 8 for 19. Paige Becker is my rookie of the year. Expectations versus reality. I think I had them a little higher up, but I think I had Dallas not making it to the playoffs. I think I did. I can't remember. I think I had them in the bottom 5.
You had them right outside.
Yeah, like maybe a little bit higher, but I still think I had them in my bottom 5, not making it this year. They're in a rebuild as well. I mean, rightfully so. Rebuilding teams and things of that nature. I'm not expecting them to be in the playoffs their first year. Man bun definitely makes it worse. For them, they might have actually shocked us this year if not for man bun. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Then you got Arike Agumbawale trying to figure them out. The other night they were clicking though. Arike had 14 assists and 1 turnover. Never seen her do that before. Let me stop playing with her. But I still move off of Arike though. I'm sorry. I still move off of Arike and I still build around Paige. Y'all, Paige is my guard Ajawilson. Paige is my guard Ajawilson. They don't do too much. They don't chirp too much. You know what I mean? They're so good, but they don't really, they don't see nobody for real. They're not really challenged enough. And that's why I want the team to be built around her. And year 3, year 4, probably year 4, hey, this is on you. You put it on her back. This is on you, Paige Beckers. And you need to show us why people are calling you a generational talent. And I think that she doesn't need an Arike for that. That's just me. It's cool if they finish out the year with Arike. I do think she learns a lot from her, possibly. But you know, I just think I would still move off of her to be in playoff contention next year. I think they just I don't hate Kurt's rebuild. I'm not gonna lie. I hate his hiring. I don't think he should have hired Man Bun, but I don't hate his rebuild. I think they go and get the right players and get the right free agents. They are in playoff contention next year. They need a better big, in my opinion. I think you move off of Maisha Hines-Allen and Tierra McCowan. I like Louisa. I like their rookies. I think JJ should not be starting. JJ needs to come off of the bench, and JJ has a lot to learn. There's one other person I think they should move off of, and Arike, Tierra McCowan, and Maisha Hines-Allen. And then you pick the right people in the draft. You know what I mean? They're gonna get a top 3 pick next year, possibly. Like you up there, you good, and you got Paige Beckers. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta put some stress on them. You gotta put some Ajawilson, Paige Beckers. Man, y'all could be better. Y'all could play better. You can. You stop deferring. Stop playing small. That's what I want to see from Paige soon enough. Let me get to the super chat real quick.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pillow at night, know I gave you everything I had.
Shout out to YouTube ruined y'all's names. I'm so sorry. BU, they'll adjust. I don't know. YouTube be playing with y'all names. Thank you for the $4.99 super chat, by the way. Casonia Citron win Rookie of the Year. If the Mystics make the playoffs. I get what you're saying. I get where you're coming from, right? But I still think she doesn't win it for multiple reasons. For one, I know Paige's stuff is quiet, but Paige really is clearly the Rookie of the Year. I know it seems like she isn't, and it seems like she's not contributing to winning because Dallas sucks. But I do think she's the clear Rookie of the Year. But I don't know if standings matter to them. But I'm gonna pass it over to Zoe, and you can answer the question and also give your take on the Dallas Wings.
Not too really much on Dallas. I mean, they're kind of where I expected them to be in that 12 to 10 range. I had them in that 12 to 10 range. Paige is as advertised. Continue to build around Paige. Yep. Get Paige some better consistent shooters. I like Leah Rue with Paige.
Me too.
They need a 4. I'm letting Tierra McCown, Hines-Allen go. Actually, I'm gonna be honest though, Key. It depends on what's out there for them in free agency. I could see Dallas being a hot spot for a lot of free agents.
Yes.
Good organization, fresh young head coach that can be controlled depending on the player. Paige, very likable, generational talent, right. A lot of cap space with Arike off your books and Dejanay off your books and Nalissa now off your books. I could see them making some noise in free. I could see Dallas surprising people in free agency. Yep. Again, projected to have the number 1 pick, which will probably end up being. I know a lot of people think it'll be Lauren Betts, but
no,
I think it'll end up being AZ Fudd. I think AZ Fudd will be the number 1 pick. If Dallas gets the number 1 pick, I think it'll be AZ Fudd. If she can be healthy next year.
Kurt is not picking that girl, even if she's
because that's not his offense. He wants to spread the floor, and Lauren
yeah,
doesn't do that.
no.
And
Dang.
she honestly, Paige don't even like Paige. That's not Paige's offensive game, and hers wouldn't mesh because she don't move. Paige needs you to move.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why her and Lauren Strong and Brady play so well together at UConn because they move. Even Aaliyah Edwards, she moved. Lauren Betts don't move, and Paige don't like to over dribble and wait for you to set up. Like that's not her game. She either sees you or she don't. Like that's it. And she's moved on to the next player. So I mean, I like Lee Rue and her.
Contention?
Get a 4, huh?
You see him in playoff contention next year?
It depends on what they do in free agency. I can see them as a destination hotspot. Again, Dallas, no taxes, no state taxes. You know what I'm saying? Like I can see that. I think Dallas is going to be that team that people ain't going to see coming. You know, every year you got that team nobody see coming. Yeah. Like this year it was kind of Golden State. I think next year it'll be Dallas. I think Dallas will be that team nobody sees coming next year.
I agree for sure.
And what was the second part? You had said something else.
If you wanted to answer this question, because does wins have to do with Rookie of the Year?
You know me, Key. I'm big on how did you help your team win?
Yeah.
You know me. I just stick by that code, you know. That's why I don't have Asia as number 1 right now because Aces ain't win. Like I like to be consistent on how I say stuff. So when I say stuff, it don't surprise people. That's why I like to be consistent. I got Citron. I had Kiki. Kiki fell off in July. Paige came back into the fold. Right now, I got Citron. I got Citron as Rookie of the Year. I know Paige is a more talented player than Citron. I know Paige isn't the reason that Dallas sucks, but I just like to be consistent on how I judge things. I got Citron. Because think about this, Key. I literally got Citron making the second team all defense.
Yeah, I mean, Citron.
I got Citron second team all defense.
I feel it. I get y'all. I feel y'all. You feel me? I get y'all. And I love me some Citron. Y'all just don't even know. Always have.
But I'm not mad at nobody that got Paige.
I mean, if the league gets Paige, right? Like, for one, it's a pushed thing. I don't ever want to leave. When it comes to Paige, I'm not going to play with Paige like that. Like, oh, she's just being pushed that way. She's pushed that way, and she comes as advertised. Like, she's just as good. And when you look at the stats, like, she's better than Citron statistically and obviously on the floor. But by her criteria, I can see what you're saying. Like, if you're not even making the playoffs and the Mystics make the playoffs, like, you know, or the Mystics even are a higher seed than you, who do you give it to? You know what I'm saying? I could see what you're saying. So we'll see what happens. But let's get to this next team.
Oh Lord.
Is this not the final team? No, it's 13 teams now.
Nuh-uh.
Oh, yeah, the Sun. All right. Chicago Sky, 7-19. Chicago Sky. Oh man, I'll be live damn near every day talking on this damn team, man. Chicago Sky. Expectations versus reality. Again, when I did it with Brass Tacks. I did it with Prince. When I did it, I didn't know who was on what teams yet. Like Phoenix didn't have their teams or nothing. So I had Chicago Sky as a 500 team, y'all. I had them like sneaking into the playoffs 8 seed. That's where I had them. Chicago Sky has failed us all. Chicago Sky is a 12 seed, and by the end of this season, child, maybe Connecticut Sun is better than us, and we the 13th seed. We will see. But my expectation versus reality definitely different. And then as far as adjustments, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, it's a laundry list. Like, they need to adjust completely. Like, they need to sell the team if they can sell the team. Fire the coach and fire the GM. Like, those are the first adjustments they have to make. They are behind on their timeline. By the way, the Chicago Sky are behind on their rebuild. They got Camilla and Angel last year, came back with a whole new team. We said, okay, that's fine. This team is not enough. They literally have to start over again next year, y'all. I don't think y'all understand. There's not a player on this team we need to bring back besides AA next year. There's not a player on this team. So now a third year where we need a whole new roster for real. We don't need Bantam back. We don't need Kia Nurse back. We don't need Rebecca Allen back, man. To get into the playoff next year, they would need a complete overhaul. And the likelihood of that happening when players don't want to come to Chicago, when they don't want to play for they don't necessarily want to play for a Tyler Marsh possibly, bruh. Like they, that's a great point. I will say that. That's a great point. Somebody saying they do need to commit to the rebuild next year. If they don't want to look like the biggest, I got to get on screen. If the Chicago Sky don't want to look like the biggest fumblers in WNBA history, hear me when I say, of Angel and Camilla, they will do a complete rehaul. I don't care if it's their third time starting over. You then only have a 2-year window to convince Angel and Camilla to stay once their contracts are up. And the only way they do that is starting over, y'all. They have to get free agents, pick the right draft picks to be in the playoffs next year, or again, they're gonna be in the bottom again, y'all. I'm sorry. If we don't get the correct roster, we're in the bottom. So the adjustment is a complete overhaul. That's the adjustment. You know what I'm saying? Commit to the damn rebuild. And that's even with coaching. Okay. So, I mean, there's not much to say about them. Seriously. Camilla and Angel, I don't know if y'all noticed, Camilla and Angel last night scored half the points for the team. People want to come and, Camilla need to do, and Angel need to take care of the ball, and just nitpicking at sophomores, the 3rd and the 7th pick, when our guards can't guard nothing, can't score nothing either. Like, you don't even give us nothing on offense if your defense is bad. It makes no sense. We had 86 points. Camilla and Angel scored 44 or something like that. They score half of our buckets. Like, bro, they do their jobs. They both had double doubles. They both played a lot of minutes. Angel coming off of an injury, they got to do better. But I go off of patterns, and I see Chicago Sky completely fumbling. Angel will finish out her 3rd year, and Camilla as well, and they possibly force their way out on their 4th year. That's what I got for the Chicago Sky. What you got?
I mean, Chicago is what Chicago is at this point. I mean, we've talked in nauseum about what they need to fix. We know what they need to fix. They need a point guard that can get them over the top. Not somebody traditional that just comes down court and just pass. They need somebody that can shift defenses, get a bucket, as well as set others up as well. Like, they just need somebody that's a baller. And again, I don't want a point guard out of this draft. They need a veteran point guard. You got enough young pieces that's going to be on this team with the other draft picks that they need a veteran. They need a leader, like, in this offense. Like, they need an offensive leader.
Yeah.
I mean, Chicago is what it is. Underwhelming season. Did not think it would be this bad. I did think it would be a challenging season because I didn't like their bench and their offseason moves in the draft picks. Once the draft picks happened, I was kind of off the bandwagon. Once the draft picks happened, and I was like, Chicago might surprise me and show me up. But hey, I was right again. At first I was like, okay, Chicago might prove me wrong, but nope, I was right on time. Them draft picks did not turn out to be what I said. Just like I said, they was not gonna be what I said they was. Like, nah. Chicago needs an overhaul, front office down. They need a new play style. They need a coach that's gonna bring in a different play style because this play style don't fit the core they're trying to build with. Angel and Camilla need to go in the offseason, come back with another notch on their belt of development, find something else in their game, defensively or offensively or mental, that they can take into year 3. Continue to elevate both of them. Find other ways to help the team win. That's what you do. coming into a league. Every year you come back with something else underneath your belt and your attributes and your talent and your skill set that helps the team win. It might not be noticeable in the beginning, but by the end of the season, depending on where it ends, it'll rear its head, right?
Mhm.
I mean, it's just a shit show, man. Ariel Atkins needs to be their first off season.
Resigning.
Not re-signing. She needs to be the first thing they get to in the off season. But the reason I say that is they need to start working on it now. That's why I say
Right.
like she needs to be their first off season move. They need to start working on it now. They need to go to her, have an honest conversation. Hey, Ariel, where's your head at? Are you thinking of re-signing? For how much? And if it's too much for Chicago, or if she doesn't want to be there, maybe see if you can get a first round pick back out there somewhere from a team. Bait another team in and say, hey, Ariel's willing to sign there. If you get her. Because maybe it got another team out there that feel like they need a 2-guard and they might not be able to get one in free agency. Depending on what's else on their team, and bait them into Ariel Atkins like a Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? They losing Mabry. They need a 2-guard that play both ways. Go to Connecticut, like, hey, maybe Ariel said she doesn't want to resign, but she's willing to come there. You know, get something out of the thing, out of the deal. Who knows? I mean, at this point, you're gonna lose anyway. I mean, even if you get 2 second-round picks out of it, you'd have lost anyway. They didn't literally lost that trade. Let's call it what it is. If Ariel leaves, they lost that trade.
They lost.
I think Tyler Marsh, damn, man.
What?
I hate seeing my brothers get fired, but I don't think he's the man for the job. I don't think he was ready. I think he was the wrong hire. Sometimes you gotta, cut off the hand to save the body. It was a good hand, right? Yeah. Cook well with it. But sometimes you got to cut off the hand to save the body. Jeff P's tenure should be tied to the Ariel Atkins trade. If Ariel Atkins leaves, he should be exiting the door with her. Like, if I'm ownership, I'm telling him that if Ariel leaves, you leaving with her. Point blank. I hope Connecticut. Yeah. So I mean, it is what it is, man. Like,
correct me if I'm wrong, Zoe.
Man.
Correct me if I'm wrong, though, Zoe. Before we get up off of him, man, Kelsey Mitchell is so cold. Does it not already seem, and maybe this is a little fishy, does it not already seem like Ariel Atkins is out of the door? Correct me if I'm wrong.
I said that offline. I told Showtime offline. Ariel isn't even practicing. Like, she's not even at practice. Like, if you notice, nobody has even said Ariel is rehabbing. Ariel is just going.
Going. Hello? Like, but I'm like, son ain't right.
The season, I said, y'all not, didn't I say this at the beginning of the season? I said, y'all not looking at the bigger picture. Ariel Atkins is going because Tyler Marsh messed up her contract.
I'm with you.
I said, if y'all think Ariel is happy about what's going on, y'all don't understand how basketball works.
Like,
the moment this team did not go through Ariel Atkins, she was out the door. She can. That's why I tell people all the time, Key, man, I don't care about what no athlete saying. I look at optics. I don't care about what man athlete can go up there and read me a book on the Bible. I ain't listening to nothing they talking about.
Right, exactly.
What does the surface level stuff say? The moment Ariel Atkins looked like she regressed in Tyler Marsh's offense, she was out the door because she's in her contract year. Chicago is going to try to lowball her. Chicago is not going to try to give her the max.
We going to lose her. We going to lose Ariel. Look, I'm like, okay.
Even if they do give her the max, if I'm Ariel, I'm not coming back there. Ariel can literally go to Dallas. Let's say Dallas doesn't get the number 1 pick. Ariel can literally end up next to Paige in Dallas at the max. Ariel can literally end up in Phoenix for the max. They need a 2-guard. The Mystics need a 2-guard. New York, depending on what happened with Natasha Howard, needs a 2 guard. Golden State Valkyrie needs a 2 guard. You got about
There's 2 new teams coming.
80% of the league needs a 2-way 2 guard. Man, Ariel's going, man. Ariel's going.
Yeah, I said okay.
They're gonna give her the max. Ariel's going.
Yeah, I think she's gone too, y'all. I think she's gone. It's like, okay, she got injured. Don't get me wrong, but I was like, something ain't right. She ain't came back yet. Something ain't right. And then, yeah, like you said, Tyler Marsh ruined it for. That's what I'm telling people is not. Man, people don't want to come play for him. They don't come play for him. He said he was going he was telling Ariel that she had more to show. No, she doesn't. And she doesn't need to either because she's a solid player. Like shit like that is just mind-blowing, y'all. I'm sorry. I just can't believe we here. Like I knew Jeff was gonna be bad for us, but this is like you just didn't think it was gonna be this bad. I'm telling you, just didn't think that. This is just crazy. We're about to lose Ariel. We lost the trade. May have had the worst trade this off season. But we'll see. Shout out to Temmie Day 2. Again, YouTube messed up y'all name. Temmie A, I believe, is your normal name. My member, $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much. How much do y'all think the league will change after the new CBA? I assume a lot of people will stay in their current spot, at least the top 5 teams. Temmie, you know how I get down. I like to stay on topic. I appreciate the $5 super chat. I got you. We got you. We got to do more research on the CBA. I know Zoe has already done a lot of research and read through it. It's too much to even answer your question right now. No lie. And I want to, y'all know we like to actually acknowledge and answer y'all. So I'm going to let you know, Temmie, when we do, because we'll either do it on Stars Hoop Central or, and we're going to break down the CBA for y'all for sure and give y'all, talking points from that because it's so much more than just answering your question here. And it's something I really do want to talk about at a later date. But we're going to stay on topic and keep it rolling. Appreciate that again, Temmie A. We got to get to the 13th and the final team. Not much to say about them, but the 13th seed is Connecticut Sun. They were in talks to move to Boston. They have decided that they are staying in Connecticut. They're 4 for 21. Honestly, it's going to sound super crazy to y'all. I like what the Connecticut Sun are doing. They're trash, obviously. But I kind of like the situation that Sanaya Rivers is in. I like what I'm seeing from her. I think they just need to commit to the rebuild next year. They're trash, but I like them. I'm sorry. I think they got the perfect type of vet situation going there. Young players there as well. I think just commit to the rebuild. Somebody got to be last. It just so happened to be the Sun. Okay. At a roster. But the Sun as an organization, my adjustments for them is as an organization too. People probably would rather go to them than Chicago, but they also need to have better conditions. We've heard about them not having great conditions for the players and stuff like that. Even for a vet like Tina, she didn't have to go back there and she did. So I think their face is still good. They were ballsy in the offseason and telling Marina, hey, we're not trading you. You're staying here. And she's actually wildly enjoying it and being a vet. It's the craziest thing. And not being a brat. So I think as long as they commit to the rebuild, they're and they bring up the Sanaya is super talented. I just love how a lot of these players are performing higher than I thought they would. I thought they were great college. Sanaya for sure was a question mark in her tenacity, but she's great, man. So Maro's even doing her thing off the bench and sometimes starting as well. Solid minutes. But the coach, I don't know, y'all. That might be their adjustment. They might have to move up off of the Belgium coach. That actually might be what they need to do. But they were in the playoffs last year. They let go of all the players they had. In my opinion, commit to the rebuild next year. And that's all you got to do. Commit to the rebuild. So I don't have a lot to say about Connecticut, to be completely honest. I think Marina's contract is up, though. So we'll see what she does in the offseason. Rather she stays or goes. We know she likes to be on teams. And so it's more than likely that she'll leave. But what you got on the Connecticut Sun, Prince?
I like what they did. They didn't go out and try to make no big splash. They understood what kind of team they had. Chicago should have took a page out their book. They understood they were not in contention. They stayed pat, made their draft picks, didn't rush their draft picks to play, letting them find a way, not in the media criticizing Sanaya Rivers saying you better than that. We picked you at number 7. Not telling Anissa Maru you came into the season hurt and you've been inconsistent. They're letting them find their way. They're letting Tina Charles and Haley Jones.
Bria Hartley or Marina
Bria Hartley just carry the team and just go out there and find their way. Adota's looking nice alongside Tina Charles. She's finding her way. She's going to be part of probably their future. They ain't giving away draft picks. They stay pat with Marina. I love what they did, man. Like, for me, it was never about this season for Connecticut. It was about how can they build towards the future. And they're doing a great job at being patient and trying to figure out what they need and letting their vets just come in, giving them opportunities for their next stop. I think that's what this season was about for them. Getting their draft picks, getting through the season, honestly, getting their draft picks acclimated and helping the vets that they signed find their next stop next year. So Hartley and Tina Charles, if they want to be around next year, both of them will probably get a lucrative contract just because of how they performed on Connecticut this year. So shout out to Connecticut for at least allowing them to do that. Because sometimes teams could get in their own way and be like, nah, we want our rookies to get all the minutes. Like, they slow walk them. So, man, shout out to Connecticut, man. They're in a good place.
It sounds crazy, but they are.
What?
I said it sounds crazy, but to me they are in a good place. Like,
I mean, they got their draft picks outside of the one Chicago has. Outside of that, they got all their future draft picks, even and other people's draft picks from the AT trade. So I mean, they're in a good place, man. They're in a good place.
Yeah, for sure. It's you said her name, so real quick, I like Haley Jones on Dallas. I think they should keep her. I like Haley Jones on Dallas. You had sent her name for Connecticut, but I'm like,
oh yeah, I like her. I like her on Dallas too. She's a great backup.
She's a great addition. She really does something for Paige when she's on the floor. She makes them a little bit more fluid. So yeah, I just want to say that about Haley Jones.
She's another scorer and facilitator. She's like she's kind of like a Jordan Canada kind of player. She's a point kind of 2-ish, you know.
Yeah, and she just does all the little. If you notice, she does all the little stuff too. She's super active and engaged. I really like that about her. So I just wanted to say that was a great pickup on a hardship contract. But man, there you have it. Mid-season WNBA 2025 mid-season round.
Oh, and Key, breaking news. Sabrina, Stewie is out with a bone bruise in her right knee. No timetable on her return. We getting that 2 seed, baby. we getting that 2 seed. We getting that 2 seed and that MVP.
Man, what? I mean, that don't mean she out indefinitely, but that definitely freaking changes things.
That means, Key, you only got a month left in the season. That means she's out at least 3 weeks. Because they would have said she's out like a week and get a reevaluation next week. For her to say no timetable, that means she's out more than at least 2-3 weeks. Stewie might not be back till if Stewie's back. When your coach got to come out and report that, when your coach got to do a press conference like that, that lets you know it's serious.
Man, she had I don't know
because there was no press conference when Jacquel got hurt and she was out 3 weeks.
Right. Oh man, that's crazy. That does change things. We did.
Hey, you can't play with them bone bruises.
Nah, not at all. I mean, damn, bro. What we gonna see? There's still a very talented team, but Kennedy Burke is also out for 2 or 3 weeks with a calf strain or something like that. I know Emma Mieseman is coming, so she'll probably fill in for Stewie at the very least. I mean, we'll see. It adds to Zoe's agenda of of the Aces going from 7 to 2. But no, I mean, I know they got Misamin, and she plays a forward position, but still losing Stewie is still a big deal either way. So we'll see. We'll see what they do in these next few games. This was the WNBA 2025 mid-season roundtable talk. We just wanted to talk about just where these teams are at in the mid-season. If you haven't, we already did like a report card to start the season. This was something a little bit more thorough mid-season, and then at the end of the season, or before either the end of the season or before the playoffs, we'll look at what we did for our report cards at the beginning of the season and look at where these teams are at the end of the season. Lord, it's gonna be crazy. But yeah, so this was good. I like this. I had a good time talking about all the teams and breaking them down. If you're watching this on replay, make sure you comment, hit the like button, subscribe. We gave y'all a longer episode today because we didn't get to do a show last week, so it's a little bit longer. While you're on your way to work, while you're working, listen to it. And let us know what you think about the teams. If you agree, don't agree, where you got some teams at in the playoffs and stuff. I want to hear, what you guys got to say. You got any last comments, Prince?
No, man. I mean, great show. The conversation was even better than I expected. Great, thorough, from each team.
Yeah.
It was actually Key's idea to give y'all a roundtable mid exclusive. I know y'all used to seeing us for hour and a half, 2 hours, but Key decided let's give them something different today. Hopefully y'all loved our conversation, because again, at the end of the day, we want fans from all around the league to tune into Excuse the Takeover. So hopefully we got some new Liberty fans in here, some new Dallas fans that's part of our family now, some new Connecticut fans, and even some new Aces fans who probably wasn't aware, So hopefully we got some new fans around the world, So every subscriber is a new subscriber to us, man. So shout out to y'all though, man. But great show.
Definitely appreciate y'all so much. I thought it would be a good day, a good topic, because I'll be talking about a topic and somebody will come. Key, what you think about? It'll be a whole different team that I'm even talking about, and even people, Prince, what you think about this? So I'm like, we're just gonna give it to y'all and tell y'all what we think about each team, and now y'all can see what we think about, who's playing where, what trades they should make, because y'all always, you think so-and-so would be better on this team, so now y'all kind of see that. I'm gonna refer y'all, if I do another stream and y'all get to asking questions, I'm gonna refer y'all back to this stream. Go watch this episode if you want to know what we think about each team and what they need for adjustments and to make the playoffs and what they should do in the offseason. Hey, thank y'all so much for coming through. I'm watching this Phoenix Mercury versus Indiana-Fever game, and I'm gonna catch the next 2 games, y'all. Appreciate y'all so much. Hit the like button on your way out. Oh, check out memberships on both pages. iamzomedia. Check out the memberships he has, mine as well. $3.99 to join the Key Facts community, y'all. And you could donate memberships if you want to on both pages. Appreciate y'all as usual for tuning in to Excuse the Takeover. We're gonna catch y'all next week with another banger. Y'all be safe out there. We'll catch y'all next week. We out of here.
Excuse the Takeover, taking charge. Women's game front and center, living large. Hit that subscribe, stay tuned to the ride. We bringing the heat, never gonna hide.
Analyze and chat, every stat, interact, breaking barriers. No cap, that's a fact. Leave a comment below, watch the growth unfold. Together we gon' make this story be told.